What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Adrian here from Adrian Mateo Drones. We are back with another live stream with our March Madness giveaway, sponsored by your one and only Draymond Crawford, aka Recoveryone Drone. I hope every single one of you guys are having a great weekend. Thank you so much for all the love and support. I see that we have quite the crowd here already. I do want to make an announcement that our friend Matt Bagwell went ahead and let me know that he needs prayers. His mother's actually at the emergency room. I think she had a minor heart attack. So please go ahead and keep him and his family in your prayers. I would really appreciate it. And I'm about to go ahead and bring my co-host, Mr. Recoveryone Drone, aka Draymond Crawford, into the stream. If you just give me 1 minute. How you doing, Brother Dre?
Good. What up?
Hey, nothing much, buddy. Nothing much, man. Just here, trying to take it easy a little bit, but same old, still in pain. I'm sure that you got the text that I sent you about the topics that we're gonna go ahead and try to cover in the 2 hours that we're gonna go ahead and be here. We also have special guest, Mr. Al Diaz, went ahead and texted me, told me that he actually wanted to go ahead and come on in, which is great because some of the topic that I actually got it from you, got it from him, and then some that I also went ahead, and brought up to the table. So, but if you don't mind, go ahead and talk a little bit about the March Madness giveaway. So far, Mr. Matt Bagwell already got something, Charles Goluski, and then last weekend it was Scott Jackrabbit at PV. But then this Saturday, what are we giving away this Saturday? Because we already gave away the stickers, we gave away a hat, and then last weekend I gave away another hat. So what are you giving away today?
Well, let's make tonight a big night since we got the full March Madness going on with NCAA men's and women's basketball. So we're going to give away stickers to the first person behind Matt, which I think is Ken. Place it here. Am I correct? He's the first one in the chat.
Yeah,
Matt,
that's Ken. Place it here. You're right. He was the first one that was in the chat. Besides Matt Bagwell, that already got some stickers.
All right, so we're going to give Ken some stickers tonight. So Ken, make sure you reach out to me so I can mail you out your stickers, and then go from there. And then later on tonight, we'll take a little breather, and we'll send out a shirt to someone. I don't know what kind of contest you're going to have, but we'll give away a shirt. And then let me see here at the end of the night. Before we close out, we can give away possibly one of the hoodies tonight. Also,
okay.
So we got 3 things to give away tonight, and then next week we'll finish up with we have one more Saturday in this month next week, and then we'll give away a hat, a hoodie, shirt, whatever I got left and stuff, stickers, all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, we're gonna have a big night tonight. A lot of things to cover. I'm glad to see my buddy Al Diaz, my fellow Californian flyer from the north end of California, is going to be in the house. So it's going to be a West Coast thing, We have to play some Tupac and Dr. Dre.
Some Snoop Dogg. Dre, I'm originally from New York City, so
there you go.
Some of the East Coast as well.
Oh, okay. No, it ain't gonna be no Snoop Dogg in here.
Hello, everyone. What's going on, Dre? How you doing?
I'm doing great, partner. How are you?
Good. I'm doing great.
Before I go to the chat, I'm pretty much say welcome to everybody. Just give me a minute. We're just trying to talk a little bit about what the show is going to be about. So you guys can actually see on the little banner that I have on the bottom, rolling. We're going to go ahead and talk about the Litchi app working with the smart controller.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and let the little banner come through again. While I'm waiting for that, don't forget, guys, that in about less than 2 weeks, I believe, the Drone Meetup in Jensen, Florida. Make sure you come around. It's going to be a free show for everyone to go ahead, come around, fly our drone, talk to the fellow drone pilots, and have a good old time. And as you guys can actually see, we have Mr. Al Diaz from Time to Fly. in the house. He actually went ahead and sent me a text begging me to come in.
Holy
I don't know why, but whatever.
Damn. Wow. You know. All right.
So again, we do.
Someone wasn't here last week, and I got a text. And I was
Okay.
at the Warriors game.
So again, we're gonna talk about the Dji app with a smart controller.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about drones, firmware updates. We're gonna talk about how hard is it to get jobs as a Part 107 pilot. Number 3, we're gonna cover 4. I'm sorry, we're gonna cover a little bit of the Dji Mini 3 Pro. Is it a rumor or do you believe it's really coming? 5, will the FAA ever grant BVLOS? For those that do not know, it's beyond visual line of sight. 6, what do you use for your pre-flight, post-flight check-in list? Dre is pretty good about that. We're gonna have a little bit of free fall Saturday if we have any time, and we're also gonna go ahead and share everyone's link in the channel to promote your channel. Please go ahead and give the stream a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. With that being said, let me just go ahead and kind of go through and say hi to, again, Matt Bagwell. Ken, place it here. Make sure that you reach out to Dre for your stickers. Mr. Max here, 420. Thank you for popping in. Matt is Drone World. Hey, Matt, I don't see you here. Do you need me to send you a link? Let me know. We got JDS Flying Kanak in the house. We also got Joe Fotaleo. Thank you for popping in, buddy. Johnny Drone Flyer. Thank you for popping in. We got Thomas Baker, a.k.a. TEB Drone Flyer. Mr. Bob Casey. Michael McReynolds from the Michael Jones and RC Hobby. We got Mr. Mike Rennick, Flying Flynn Media. Who else do we have here? Danny, the View Chaser. Jerry Bauer, thank you for popping in, bro. I really appreciate you. Lon Dinard, hey man, thank you for popping in, bro. Mr. Mike B, aka the Drone Ranger. Rigor Mortis, how you doing, big bro? Thank you for popping in. We got Jose Mendez Drone Ups. Thank you for popping in, sir. I really appreciate you. Who else do we have here? Make sure that I get everyone. I don't want anybody to be missed out. Did I miss anybody else? Oh, we got Chris Miller. How you doing, bro? Thank you for popping in. Drone Days. Hey, buddy, I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for popping in, sir. Really appreciate you, man. Who else did I miss? Anybody else? Chris Hope. How you doing, bro? Thank you for popping in, sir. Really appreciate you, man. I think that's pretty much it. Hey, Marty, go ahead and let yourself in, bro. If you still have access to the stream, let yourself in. Come on in. If not, let me know and I send you a link. Anyway, do I look really pixelated, really bad? Because my signal is going in and out a little bit.
Well, 2 things. You're a little pixelated and your mic's real hot.
When you say hot, really high?
It's hot. When I say hot, that means you're really loud.
In and out a little bit.
Well, 2 things. You're a little pixelated. Now you're frozen.
Yeah.
I'm here.
I see nothing's changed.
Look at all these. When I go by my girlfriend's house, I got good signal. When I'm home, this is what I have to put up with. So I do apologize that I don't live in liberal nation, the state that have the best internet in the world, but yet you got $15, $20 worth of gallon worth of gas. I don't want that kind of crap. So you keep that over there. Anyway, so which one do you want to start with? Let's go ahead and start with the Dji app. Mr. Co-host, you know a lot about that. Also, special guest Aldias, if you go ahead and chime in a little bit about that. I don't know that much about it. I'm going to learn from you guys. With that being said, how you doing, Mr. David Lorenzo? Thank you, sir, for popping in, buddy. I really appreciate you, man.
All right. Well, the popularity of Dji, I mean, Dji's been around for a while. We say Al, at least a good 4 or 5 years. Dji's been around, and I think is gaining more ground because of the simple fact that, like always, we're getting more people into the hobby. People are finding out the usage of it, recreational wise, and especially commercial wise. It saves you time in your workflow. Like I say, when I first got into drones, big proponent of flying manually. Do everything by hand. But I have to say, when I'm just flying for myself, that's what I do. Fly everything manually by hand. But as I got into this, as far as a business aspect, time is money. And be able to program a flight, use automated features, different softwares like Drone Deploy, Pix4D, Litchi can save you, I would say, a good 30, 40 minutes of time on a job site on a regular basis. That means you're in and out more quickly. That means more money is going in your pocket in the long run. And additionally to that is the way you can actually program this software allows you to get some very smooth cinematic footage. And that's what we're all trying to get, cinematic footage. So that's one of the aspects of being able to sit in front of your own computer or your tablet, because it runs on from phones, tablets, desktops. You can use Litchi on just about anything. Now, what has happened in the last, I would say, 2 years, and DJI kept it kind of like under the covers, is that they, I guess when they opened up the smart controller, I guess last year, or maybe a little bit before that, they didn't say anything about you being able to upload Litchi straight into the smart controller. What I'm going to talk about tonight are two of the most common ways that you can do this. And I'm going to show it. I have two smart controllers here, and I also have a Crystal Sky. So
now, I do have a question for you, Dre. When it comes to Litchi, you said that with Litchi you actually get better cinematic flying. How is that?
Okay, like I said, I'm going to get into that. Okay, as far as the cinematic flying part, if you're doing a waypoint mission and you have what we call points of interest, which basically means that you're setting a little point on the map and you're telling the drone to focus on that one point. The drone may fly away from it, around it, as an orbit, or whatever the case may be, but it rotates automatically to maintain focus on that point of interest. That's where you see a lot of people talk about getting, right on the tip of my tongue, parallax effects, where you're doing an orbit where the subject is either still or turning slowly, but the background is moving at a faster pace. And it can be vice versa, where the subject in front of you is moving fast and the background is moving at a slower pace. So like a reverse parallax, you can get both of those effects. So flying with Litchi, you're telling the drone where you want to go, but you're also telling the drone to turn the camera at a certain point.
Okay.
So it's one thing to just set up a waypoint mission, but you also need to learn how to set the point of interest points along the way.
So another question: does that mean that Litchi give you autonomous flying?
Yes. Once you set the pattern for it, the waypoints for the flight, it will follow that pattern.
Doesn't that scare you? Doesn't that scare you that it might do something that you don't want it to do, or maybe crash or anything of that nature?
Well, any autonomous flight, there's always that possibility, and that's why you have to monitor this. You just can't just turn it on, launch it, and then walk away. You need to monitor it because it has situations where it can disconnect. Just like if you're flying, you get a disconnect. Okay, and then based upon satellites, it could lose satellites. So like I said, you have to monitor the software at all times, just as if you were actually flying it, because Litchi does have procedures for you to manually override the program. You can just hit one button on the screen and tell it to stop the program, and you take over from that point right there. So just like with any other type of autonomous software, Drone Deploy and Pix4D, you have similar type of, we call fail-safe, that allows you to manually override the autonomous flight. And like I said, the biggest thing on this is that it allows you to really focus on the screen more, because the flight's already pre-planned. If you've done your homework, I always tell guys, if you've done your homework prior to going out there, your pre-flight part of your pre-flight, you know what your hazards are. You know how high the telephone wires are, the telephone poles, or any other tall structures, or anything else. If you're flying behind a building, okay? I don't want to get ahead of myself, so I want to take it one step at a time. I'll get to that part at the end. Those of you who have acquired the smart controller, and there's been a lot of people who've got smart controllers over the last year. The price has come down. There have been a lot of combo packages out there. And the most important thing that's been pushing Dji more across the pond in the UK and other places is that the Mini 2, the Mini SE, the Air 2, and now the Air 2S are now all compatible to work with Dji. I think the Mini and Mini 2 have just completed their beta testing, and I believe they just are. If they haven't done it this past week, I think this come up week will be the official release.
I think there was a firmware update, Dre, for Dji.
Yeah.
I did receive an email for that. For, Mini 2 and the 2S and all that.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, that's what I thought I read in one of the forums, that the official release came out this last week or whatever for that, and go from there. Now, one thing good about Dji also, it works both Android and iOS. So it doesn't matter if you're using either one of those formats, Apple devices, Google devices, or whatever. Okay. What I'm going to do now, this is my smart device here, my smart controller device, my smart controller.
That was the first generation, right?
Yeah, first generation.
Okay.
It hasn't been released yet for the RC Pro. Okay. So while I'm booting this up, it's going to come up in a second. I'll try to make sure we get a decent screen here. No, nothing's coming up. Let me see here. I'm going to go straight to where the apps is at. Okay. You'll see the apps.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me blow you up real quick.
Okay. I'm trying to get the glare off there. I turned my light off, and it's right where the Dji at is sitting at. The glare from the screen. Okay, I'm trying to get it where it was sitting there. Well, Dji is right here, the last app in the bottom row. Okay, yeah. I installed this today on my second smart controller. Okay, because I found out that there is a gentleman on YouTube, last name Rodriguez, explained it. Because like I said, I was like a lot of folks in the early days of the smart controller. Dji was not able to upload onto the smart controller. Like I say, DJI never put out no information about when they released it. Apparently, they released the file or update sometime in mid 2021, maybe late 2020, but they didn't say anything about it, which is very sad that they did this. And DJI is known for doing things like this, just like they did the same thing with the controller for the Mavic 2 Pro, working with the Epson BT glasses. First you had to get the original controller, the 1A, because it didn't work with the 1B, and they released a big update, and voila, it worked. So once again, DJI in their infinite wisdom did inform a lot of us people who own their drones and have their additional software and equipment about this, opening up this the smart controller. So once again, the Dji does support just about everything from the Mini all the way up to, I want to say, even up to the Inspire 2. I think there's even a couple of Matrice drones that you can use it for, but I know for sure it will work for everything between the Mini and the Inspire 2. So
now, quick question, Dre.
Go ahead.
Quick question. Brian Ariels, Gary wanted to know, is Dji compatible with the Fly app?
I was just going to cover that. You can use Dji instead of using the Fly app or even the DJI Go 4. Okay. And there's some definite benefits that I like about Dji myself, is that one is the speech part of it. You can install it and have it basically talk you to death, but you can limit the number of messages that you get. On mine, I have mine set to give me the constant battery level and altitude level, and it's loud enough that you will hear it, no matter where you're at. You're going to hear this voice. Mine's a female voice. I guess you can actually upgrade to some different text-to-speech software to change whatever voice you want. But Mine tells me every 60 seconds, it tells me the battery level and the altitude level. So that way, if I'm, trying to be within the guidelines of 107 that I am, trying to keep visual line of sight, that I don't have to keep my head down all the time. I can actually look up and I still hear my ears. It'll tell me altitude, 150 feet, battery level, 42%. Next minute, 150 feet, battery level, 35%. So I'm constantly being updated the whole time this flight is going on. So as you're saying, if something happens and it disconnects, it will tell me drone disconnected.
Okay. If it does disconnect because it's the Litchi app, not the DJI Fly app or the DJI Go 4 app, does it mean that it's going to come back to the RT, return to home?
Yes, there's 3 settings. You can have it set to hover if it disconnects or return to home. And I believe on some of the older drones, like the Phantom 3 Pro, early Phantom 4s, I think it will allow it to complete the mission.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that. I know it's happened in the past. I don't know about the newer one because there has been an update to the software, but I know it will allow you to hover in place. If it gets disconnected, automatically return to home. Those are 2 options that you had. And those are 2 options I had today when I loaded up on my smart controller. But
okay,
go ahead.
Now this is for Aldia. Did you read what Yellow Rose Drone said? I got it popped up.
V2. I do not own a V2. I own a V1 with the smart controller, and it's working great for me. In fact, it's my go-to drone now.
I understand, but did you read about the firmware update, the 2.5? The 2.25.
I've updated to the most recent. I've had no issues.
Okay, well, I guess it's great then. Hey, Jody, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for popping in, man.
Hey, Dre, what's great about Litchi is the mission hub, going on the computer and actually doing that.
Yeah, I was going to get to that too. I just don't want to jump around too much. So I'm just trying to stay in order here as far as getting it. So the best way I found out getting this software, you can go to www.flylitchi.com / Crystal Sky. Okay, if you go to that link, you type that into the chat, Adrian, www.flylitchi.com.
Hold on one second. What I mean. www.flylitchi.com.
Yes, / Crystal Sky. This link will take you to the official Litchi website, and that page will open up, and you'll see in the first header of the thing the process for uploading Litchi to a smart controller, to a Crystal Sky, and it'll tell you in parentheses, not ready for the new Pro controller. So that means it's probably something that's coming down the pipe later on. And they'll have links from there that take you from step by step to either, if you have an Amazon account where you bought your Litchi through Amazon, it will take you through the Amazon load up. If you have a Google account, and you got to have a Google account, it will most likely take you through the steps of going through Google installer, which I had to do for my smart controllers, is use the Google installer on my smart controller, and it will allow me to load the Litchi straight off Google Play services. Okay. Now, when you go through these both of these installs, either the Amazon one or the Google one, you got to be patient. It's going to take you about 15 minutes of loading all the information up, and it's like small little apps that you got to load up. Because basically, this is the official load up, so you will get all the maps either through if you do the Google one, you'll get all the Google maps. If you do the one through Amazon, you'll still get them in the maps through Mapbox. If you do through Amazon, so I know if you guys have seen them, you'll get them either one. So that way, be patient, let everything install, even though it doesn't make sense. Because like I said, you go through the Google one, it'll ask you to install the Google Calendar, the Google Contacts, all this crap that Google services automatically put in on your phone and stuff. It has to do the same thing on your smart controller. Okay, So be patient. Tell it to go ahead and install every little small app that has to install. And the Play Store itself takes about at least a good 5 minutes to install that. Once you go there, you can go into the search. When you first open up the Google one, it will go through another update to give you the latest update of Google Play application. So don't panic if that comes up on your screen. Just keep going with the flow of the installation, and it will take you to where you want to go to upload. Now, since I already own Dji myself, I bought it about 2 years ago. So for me, it's just an automatic download on both. I bought it on both Amazon and on Google. So it downloaded automatically to my devices. I believe the cost, last time I remember in Google, it would cost like $24. I think Amazon was the same.
Is that a one-time fee or is that a monthly?
One-time fee. It's a one-time fee, and you can load it up. Once you buy it, you load it on every device you have. That means if you use a phone sometimes, put it on your phone. If you use a tablet, put it on your tablet. Because I have it on all of mine. I have Dji on every device I ever use. I put it on there for that. Now, once you got the device on there, you go from there. I also found, let me pick it up here, the manual. I know somebody put together a manual called Gold Wingnut Productions, because there is no official Dji manual. I guess these folks put one together. It's in a PDF form that will actually go in details of how to do each type of flight that you can do, from waypoints, tripod mode, to all the other automatic features of taking pictures while you do a orbit or do video, all the different things that Dji can do. It will take you through step by step. It's a simple PDF download. It is located at cdn.website-editor.net is where I found this at. And it gives you pictures and also clear instructions on how to do what you want to do with this program, which is a big plus, because Dji in the past used to be kind of like you had to learn as you go type of thing. And that was frustrating to a lot of people because you had nowhere to go. Almost like Da Vinci, you know. You got to kind of learn it as you go. So this right here helps out a lot. People getting past that learning curve of trying to use the software itself. Okay. Now, what I was talking about is another side program. The last time I found it out was on the DJI web form. I think it was under the Mavic web form for Dji, where somebody hooks you up to a link to the Dji Fly app. Virtual is Dji Virtual Fly is what it's called. You can download that and download Google Earth. They both work together, and it will allow you to pre-program your flights on your desktop, whatever you're using, or even on a tablet or whatever, or even a phone. You can pre-program everything before you can go out and leave the house and stuff. And the biggest thing I like, if you have a desktop system, it will allow you to do a pre-flight. Actual click it, and it will do the flight itself, which is very helpful to see if you're going to run into any trees. Because it's going to use Google Maps, and it's going to go through the whole pattern of what you already set your waypoints for. So if you're flying in different areas of terrain elevation, it'll let you know if you need to adjust it, because all of a sudden you're flying along, your drone's going to be in the side of a mountain on the simulation. So you'll know you need to go back and raise the elevation to match the elevation changes where you're flying at. So once again, before you even show up, you have eliminated many of your obstacles when you get out there, because you already test flown it without having to get your drone out of the box. So that's a big plus right there, and it is very helpful. So you don't have to have those issues of having unnecessary problems while you're out in the field. But like I say, that is one of the big things I like about it, because from a commercial aspect of it, it's easy for me to set up a orbit that way, get nice cinematic footage, and I'm out of there. I mean, I can fly it manually, but it may take me a manual flight. It might take me 15, 20 minutes. I set it up in Litchi. I cut that time in half, because I can adjust the speed of how fast the drone is flying, everything else, and it's going to maintain that orbit smooth as glass. And that's what you want. You want something that's still going to be smooth, cinematic, and you can adjust the speed for how fast you need to go or slow it down to make sure you don't have any blurry shots and so forth.
So do you think that just to pretty much hit that pretty much in a nutshell, do you think the Litchi app is better than the GoFo app or the Fly app?
I think both have this merit, but overall, I think Litchi, because of the voice to text part of it, makes it just a little bit better than the default apps by DJI. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, now I know a lot of folks complain about the Fly app. If you don't like the Fly app, you're going to love Litchi, because I mean it's customizable to what you want. That's what I like about it. It's customizable. Everything's on the screen. You can set it up to have GPS coordinates on your screen if you want to or not. You can have it tell you every little thing, or only things that you want to hear. Okay. It is compatible with air data, where it automatically syncs all your flights straight to your air data account. As soon as you're done, it automatically loads up. You ain't got to do nothing once you put all this stuff in the settings area, so to speak. So there's so many things that you can set up in this program that, like I said, that you don't have to worry about. You know, with DJI apps, once you're done, if you're using air data, you got to make sure you sync that part in the DJI Go 4 app to make sure it uploads to the air data and everything else. Here, it just automatically does it. Once you set it up, it automatically does it every time, and go from there.
How you doing, brother Matty?
Hey, how you doing, Matty?
Don't mind me, just popping in.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for popping in, brother Matty. I really appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man.
Now, to kind of ask everybody in the chat, how many of you guys do use the Litchi app? And just tell me briefly in the chat, what do you like about it and what you don't like about it, the pros and cons. Now, when it comes to your ideas, you used it before. What do you like about it? What you don't like about it? I can't hear you. You just have a mute.
My bad. Sorry about that. What's up, Matty? Hey,
what's up, man?
Adrian.
What do you like about the Litchi app and what you don't like about it?
What I like about it is you can set a mission control, get your parameters, altitude set right, and fly that path all the time, every time. For progress shoots, those are great. Where it's hard for me, what I realized, and a con for me was usually the projects weren't on map already. So when you go to Mission Hub, they don't show what you're going to be focusing on during that build. So as you know, I wish I could share the screen. I'm so like newbie to this stuff in terms of getting share, but I would have showed you. But anyway, that's what I had issues with, Dre. The connection on my smart controller was not good. I felt like I could fly it manually better. And I started flying manually. I just record the altitude I took off at, and I shot it all the time. It was like one long shot, and it was on tripod mode, turtle mode, whatever you call it. And it took some time, but you sped it up and stuff like that. My clients never looked for that. That was just like an added compliment to like a package I would send out to them. Right. They were more concerned with like the panels and things like that I stitched together. Yeah. But it has a use case, and everybody's different.
Yeah, and like you said, it depends how you want to use it. For me, like I say, even if I don't offer it in a package, I do it because it's like you say, it's so easy to do a progression with that. Once you set it up, it goes, and every time you go out there, it's gonna fly the same altitude. Every angle is gonna be the same. Every camera motion is gonna be the same, and go from there. So it's like even when you fly manual, like I said, you can't nail every point every time. It just, like I say, it's just physically impossible. You'll be close, but you won't nail it. Like I said, Litchi is something automated. It's going to nail it every time. And it's a true, and like I said, if you take all those progressions and make it into one video, it makes it a lot easier because everything's going to blend together seamlessly in the long run and stuff. But like I said, it depends on how you want to use it.
Now, Crypto Man.
I felt. I'm gonna be honest with you, I felt pretty confident in my flight abilities.
Yeah,
I can hit a long shot and get up faster than I would going automation on that app. And I'm not saying nothing negative. It's just different strokes for different folks. I started off using it and then I stopped it.
Yeah, I'm using it more.
Give me 1 second, Joe. I do want to go ahead and say goodnight to Jersey Style. Thank you for popping in, buddy. Have a good day, man. Have a good evening. I'm sorry. See you later, man. And I do want to go ahead and welcome Half Drone Will Fly. How you doing, buddy? Thank you for popping in. If I didn't mention you in the my little intro, I am typing back on to you in the chat. So be on the lookout for that. How you doing, Mr. Charles Hatmaker? Thank you for popping in, and I really appreciate you. Now, also, Tom Dowling went ahead and sent me an email saying that he wanted to hop into the stream. He's actually in the green room right now. Let me go ahead and bring him on in. How you doing, Tom?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, gents.
brother.
Hi, guy.
What's
Thank you for popping
happening?
in, buddy.
Are you actually at
My
home?
fellow New Yorker, Al.
Yeah,
What's happening, bro?
Good to see you
Good,
on the
good.
West Coast. Left Coast.
Yeah. I'm in Dre's time zone.
Well, like I said, are you actually at home? Or are you out and about somewhere?
No, I'm at home. I'm at
Okay.
home. Gotta stay close. The first time for a while that Arizona has the same time zone. So
Yeah.
You're right about
a
that.
little wacky there. Okay.
Well, I was going to tell you, I'm gonna be in your neighborhood the 27th, 28th, 29th, and the 30th.
You gotta be kidding me, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, Donnie, aka the View Chaser. How you doing, buddy?
I'll be in Bryce Canyon
Oh,
on
okay.
the 27th, 28th, 29th, and 30th, dude.
Okay. No problem. Yeah.
We got to coordinate.
Yeah.
Dre and I have tried this already a couple of times, but we'll get it. We'll get it.
Now, Tom, I do have a question for you. We are talking about the Litchi app. Before we actually move to the next topic, do you have anything to say about that, real quick?
The big bonus with Litchi, okay, is the desktop application. That's it right there. I think that sums it up. I mean, if you're pretty anal about planning out what you're going to do, Litchi offers that capability. It provides those of us that are anal to flex that muscle we have. So that's one thing. But Al, I agree with you, man. I flew with Litchi for a while. And over time, you develop your own sense, so to speak, of what works for you and what doesn't. So, I've used, from the pilot app to all the way down to the fly app, which has gotten better over time, but it's still not there. I want more of a HUD type approach to things. I want to be able to, what I like about Litchi is the customizability of it. And I wish that DJI offered a more robust SDK for their tool set, so somebody could go in and provide the customization. I want to be able to select where I want stuff, where my eye is going to go to get the telemetry I need, while it doesn't interrupt my, fixation, my point of view, my ability to absorb and immerse myself into that environment I'm shooting in. So that's my take on Litchi. Again, it's evolved. I mean, I think I first started flying with Litchi, 2016, I think, was one of their first releases. I'm trying to remember. I'm getting old, so
it's been out for a while.
It's one of the originals out there. So good product. It's only going to grow. Again, looking for something that you can customize, looking for something you can flex a little more creativity with. Litchi's definitely something to try, and for the price, you can't beat it.
No, you can't.
The desktop mission hub is what makes it on point. You don't get that with the Evo 2 platform. You have to do it all in app.
Are you talking about for
like
waypoints and stuff like that? Is that what you mean?
You can plan out and fly your mission virtually and tweak it from there. Okay. So that gives you, I guess, a lot better on-site time as far as being able to produce. Okay,
Not wasting batteries.
no, you're going out there for deja vu. Okay,
Makes
you flew
sense.
it, you know it, you know what you want to capture, so you can be a lot more efficient. I mean, several times I've used it on commercial jobs, I probably cut down my on-scene time by at least 20-25%, I would say.
Yep.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
that's my take, Adrian, on Litchi. I think it's a very robust product, but I think it's going to continue to grow. Again, if DJI would support a more reasonable software development environment, I don't think there would even be a need for a product like Litchi.
And one last thing about Lychee. Is it true, guys, especially you, Tom, Aldias, Dre, and everybody in the chat that use Lychee? Is it true that Lychee will actually void the warranty on your drone
No,
if you was to crash it using that third-party app?
no.
No.
I couldn't
Okay,
answer
because
that.
I've heard rumors that it does, so that does not happen.
So I'll tell you how you know that's we'll go with the fake news moniker right now. Okay, is the fact that you got companies like Verizon with Skywood, you got tons of companies out there. Okay, Drone Deploy, that are products to leverage. Okay, the UASs we fly. None of those void the warranty of your OEM product. You're not physically doing anything to that product. Now, of course, if it comes down to I crashed into the tree because of the Litchi app, it's going to be a hard one to really prove. I have never had a problem, or with. I personally have not had a problem in that regard. I know a couple of people that have had some accidents while using Litchi, but I didn't know that they had any negative impact from leveraging that product versus the OEM's controller.
Now, don't quote me, Tom. I only heard rumors, so that's why I was asking.
Yeah, I don't see how it really would. I mean, it's it's just like any other commodity out there. There are third-party applications. I mean, just the only one that really controls their world that closely, of course, is Apple.
Hey Dre, are you experiencing any lag when you run that the Litchi app on your smart controller V1? Because I did back when I was using it. One of the reasons why, amongst other, I stopped using it.
No, because
that was the problem I had.
One thing, I don't do any extra things. If I'm running Litchi, that's all I'm running. I don't do no screen recording or anything like that. Same thing with my Crystal Skies. I have it on all my Crystal Skies, and if I'm running that, that's the only thing that's running. Because I know the limitations, especially with the Crystal Skies. I know they'll get hot, they'll shut down or whatever. So if I'm running that, nothing else is running.
I never ran it on the smart controller. I only ran it on the Crystal Skies.
Yeah. So I don't try to overload the Crystal Skies or even the smart controllers. Same thing with your phone. I tell people all the time, so 9 times out of 10, when your phone blacks out, you got the ambient temperatures, but how many programs are you running in the background on top of the application? That processor is chugging along, chewing up data and everything else, and then you wonder why the screen dims.
That's why a dedicated controller is the only right way to go commercially.
Right. Yeah.
All right. So before we move on to the second topic, Bob Casey, because we run a little long on this one. Bob Casey went ahead and asked, is it mainly to use Litchi because of the waypoints, or is it just it's pretty much better? You agree, Dre?
Well, like I say, none of the DJI apps, I say programs, give you waypoints.
None.
You have to fly it and create waypoints and then come back and redo it again.
Yeah.
Litchi lets you set it up before you even leave the house. If you got the whole complete deal on your computer. And even if you're in the field, I can set up a quick orbit in the field with about half a dozen or more waypoints, boom, 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 in less than 2-3 minutes, and I'm still up in the air before I gotta go out and fly an actual pattern with a DJI app and create a waypoint mission. It's just
so literally you actually pre-plan it ahead of time,
yes,
and then when you go in the field, then you just hit go and it just does what it have to do.
right. You'll tell
Okay.
you'll tell it to load up, and I'll ask you what waypoint you want to start at, and most you're gonna start at waypoint 1, and it takes off and fly.
I think a lot of people want to know why you would use it. If I were to use it, it would be client specific. Like project based. They requested it. But outside of that, I don't think I would fly it just to use the app.
What about recreational use? Is there even a point in switching it to for
unless you're a hog on your logs? I mean, you love to mull over your logs. That's another thing that it does. It's the automatic, like I believe Dre mentioned earlier. Okay. Quick answer, Matt. No.
Yeah.
I mean, I've gotten so used to the Fly app. I don't. There's no point in doing any. I've never used it. I've always thought of it like it held me up because it took so long for the Air 2S SDK to come out.
Mm-hmm.
But now that it's here, I don't know if it's worth switching over to or just keep it the way I am, because I don't really do any type of mapping or professional flying. It's just all recreational for me.
Maddie, for you, I would say if it ain't broke, don't.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, like we said before, Al said, I use it just like I say, it's part of my tool bag. Yeah,
exactly.
I use Drone Deploy for mapping. Okay, I use Litchi for orbits on these large tilt ups, and so to speak. And like Tom was saying, it saves me so much time. That I'm in and out, because if the quicker I'm in and out of a job, that's more money in my pocket. Because I'm not spending 3 or 4 hours out there trying to fly a mapping mission in an orbit, or taking photos. They want called directionals. I can automate that to take directionals and stuff. So like I said, instead of me to do 20 minutes of flying to each different direction and everything else, I can program it and boom, and be done in 6 minutes.
Yeah. Well, a good case use for it would be you're contracted to film the construction of a site over a period of 1 year.
Right.
And you're going to go back, whether it's whatever the frequency is, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And you want it to be repeatable.
Right.
Well, that Litchi provides the easiest way to address that, man.
That's what I'm saying. Just
you set it up.
Routine.
It's a routine. You run that routine every time you go to site. You start off from the same takeoff location. You have the same ground targets in place.
Yep.
Okay. As your reference, you fly the same mission. You wrap up. You go home. You get a nice piece of change at the end of that rainbow. So that's where Litchi definitely pays for itself.
Yep.
Because in order to do that, Matt, with the DJI product right now, you have to go to the site, remember where you were, put it up in the air, fly your waypoints. Hopefully you're smart enough to fly them back in reverse.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Capture, check it, do it again. And when you get home and find out, you know what, you're off by about 30, 40 feet. Well, if you get a lot of movement during a hyperlapse, what happens to your hyperlapse?
Terrible.
Right.
Yeah.
So imagine if you spent a year's worth of effort, putting together this build, and unfortunately you got to drop a few frames because you weren't in the right place at the right time. So that's basically it. So from the enthusiast standpoint, the photographer, Litchi, look, I'm a tinkerer, so I love to play with everything. I don't want to tell people don't experiment, but it's $25 out of your pocket whether you
for the
want to
price.
experiment.
All right, so give me a second, fellas. Hey, Ken, place it here. You actually the first person in the chat. You actually gonna go ahead and get some stickers from Dre. So get in contact with Dre, and he'll be able to hook you up with that. Hey, Mike Kenny, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for popping in, sir. So let's go ahead and go to the second topic. Again, we did win a little long on this one. It was actually a great conversation. Dre, everybody in the chat, Aldia, Tom. Thank you for the insight, everybody in the chat that actually contributed. I'll actually learn a lot. I heard about Litchi, but I've never used it, never had it. I probably will not get it no time soon. But when I do get my Power 107, if I do, decide to go and go that route as far as doing Power 107, work, like my buddy Matty and I talked about many times, then it'll probably be a good thing to go ahead and get. So since we went ahead and talked about Lychee, let's go ahead and wrap that one up. Let's go ahead and talk about the drones firmware updates. Do you think, Dre, Aldias, Matty, Tom, everybody in the chat, that doing a firmware update makes your drone better or worse? Because there's been a lot of issues where firmware updates sometimes screws up your drone some way, somehow. I know that it has happened to me before. So I'll let my co-host go first. Go ahead, Dre.
Well, the first thing in my philosophy is you always want to be up to date on all your equipment. Now, saying that is, you always got to wonder, have you changed any of your equipment? Every time I hear somebody talking about firmware problems and you ask more detail, are you using the same phone or display tablet or whatever that you're using to look at it? And you're 9 times out of 10 say, well, yeah, I got a new phone or I got a new tablet or what, yada, yada, yada. I said, well, did you make sure that was compatible with the software? Well, I didn't. I just thought it would work. And I said, that's part of the problem. People switch up display devices and don't know if it's compatible with what they're using. So you get a new firmware update. Your phone's not compatible. It's like people are talking about the latest, was it 12 version of Apple or Android, whatever?
Android 12.
So like I said, it's not the firmware that changed so much. Your devices, your equipment changed. So if you had your old phone or old device, the firmware probably worked smoothly because it went. Every time they do a firmware update, is based upon technology that's already out there. So when you change something up in that formula of yourself, that's where you start having hiccups. Because now Apple's put out something that's not compatible with everywhere else, or Android put out a new version of something else. These are where the issues are at more than anything else. It's not because the firmware was actually bad, but there has been some. I'll admit that there has been some bad ones, but 9 times out of 10 is more about people who have switched equipment that has caused issues with their latest firmware. I'll turn over to Al or Tom. I've said my piece.
I thought as a 107 pilot, you're obligated to keep all your birds updated to the latest firmware and for insurance purposes as well. So if I do that, I definitely do that. And if there's an issue, I always revert back to the previous one if it was working correctly.
If you can.
Okay.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
So yeah, 100% spot on, gentlemen. If you're insured, your aircraft better be up to standard. Yep. And that standard includes firmware. Okay. Now, let me offer a word of caution. My last gig, I ended as Deputy Bureau Chief of Technologies. So, cybersecurity, anything supporting public safety, that's what I was involved in. So with my security technicians and data scientists and all that were working for me, one thing I learned quickly was incubate that firmware for a 24-hour period. Okay. So if you're going out to shoot a job, a paying gig tomorrow morning, tonight is not when you download the latest firmware.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Please.
Yep.
So look, we've had horror stories with everything from Apple iOS firmware updates to firmware updates that have canceled out satellite connections for us, across the board. So let the early adopters, which I can sometimes be guilty of, suffer that pain for that first 24 hours. You gentlemen and people in the chat know full well that, Mavic pilots, Phantom pilots, whatever forums you want to go to, within a matter of minutes of firmware being released, there's going to be feedback. Okay. So, one thing about being involved in this community is that it is a community and there's a lot of information out there. So the best advice I have with firmware updates, keep your finger on the pulse. But if you're shooting commercially, if you have a 107, If you have insurance requirements, then at some point, post that 24-hour period, you got to update your bird, update your controller. And don't forget to update each and every battery before you go out and fly. Because you don't want to get caught out there on battery number 3 or 5 and realize, well, you got 3 more batteries you haven't updated yet.
Yep.
Okay. And that sun might just be cresting over the hill. Too late.
Oh, and
That's my recommendation.
Lon's correct too. You don't want to do it out in the field.
No,
Now-
firmware updates out in the field are
OTA.
and it's chock full of disaster.
Yep.
Okay.
I just literally asked Londino a question on the chat. Like, does it really matter if you do it over the air on your phone or if you do it, at home on the Wi-Fi or whatever? So it does make a difference. So doing it over the air, it kind of messes it up. Go ahead, Matty.
Either doing it over the air or doing it on the assistant.
Well, if you do it, Matty, right there, if you do it at home, if you do it at your place of work, and you have a problem with the over-the-air firmware download, then you have the ability to go to Assistant 2 and finish the job instead of being stuck in a lurch.
Okay, great. Now, Dre, this question is for you.
Yep.
I did want to hit and put on the chat that if I heard you correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, and I do apologize to everybody in the chat if I gave you wrong information, but if I heard you correctly, you said that you can buy the Litchi app once and it works for iOS and Android. You don't have to buy it twice. Did I hear you correctly?
I paid for it twice when I bought it back in 2015 or 2016. I can't remember.
Did I hear you correctly, Dre, or am I
No. What I said was, if you buy it through Google, you're only going to buy it once. If you buy it through Google Play, or you can buy it through Amazon, you'll buy it once. I paid for it twice because I bought it through Amazon, because for me to get it on my Crystal Skies, I had to go through the Amazon app because Google Play Crystal Skies.
Yeah. Well, it's currently $22.99 on iTunes,
Right.
and it's $24.99 on Google Play.
Right.
But yeah, if you want it for both platforms, I'm pretty sure you have to buy it from each platform.
So did I give right information or did I give wrong information? Because if I did, I apologize.
No, because like I say, I'm not even sure about that. Because see, I have it on my Apple tablet, which all I did was go ahead and told it to download it, and it whatever it was, I didn't pay for it from my Apple tablet because I paid for it originally through Google, and I have it on about at least 5 different devices. Each of my phones have it. The Crystal Skies have it today. All 3 of my Crystal Skies have it now. The smart controllers have it.
So when you buy it on a single device, what do you have, like login information, so that way you can get it onto another device? Is that the way that works?
Well, it is. Like I said, the download. Yeah, you can download it again. Like I say, if you have a Google account.
Oh, okay. So it goes through your Google account.
Right.
Got it.
That's what I'm saying. It goes to your Google account. So whatever device you have logged in that Google account, it's like any other app you buy. They all transfer over.
It all transfers. Yeah.
Okay. So again, was I right by saying that, Joe, that I gave wrong information? Was I right?
No, well,
was I okay?
I'd be clear, but I say, because Tom said he bought it on iOS, paid $19.
But then again, remember, I'm an old dude, and that was a while ago. Okay, so I remember having to buy it from the Play Store for my Crystal Sky,
right?
And I had to buy it again in the in iOS in the App Store for my tablet.
Yeah.
Hey guys, give me a minute. I gotta take my medicine. I'll be right back.
All right.
Yeah.
So Adrian, go put that
changed.
mic outside.
Yeah, right. Did you see Lon's comment? Hey, did you see? Lon said, "Did you keep the receipt for that mic, bro?"
Yeah, I saw that when he first came in. But yeah, Tom, I just don't remember buying it in iOS. I just remember just logging in and and it recognized. Cause what I did, I know what I did. I kept my Google email as my regular email on my iOS device.
Oh, okay. That might,
and that might be the reason why I didn't have to buy it. It might have read through that, because I don't remember paying. Only time I remember paying, I bought it on Amazon and I bought it through Google.
Right.
Because like I said, the Crystal Skies, I had to do it through the Amazon to get it loaded up on them, and then like I say, for all my other phones I've had, which have all been Androids, I bought it through Google Play, and I just transfer it over each device over the years and stuff. So I never had any problem.
How's the reliability on that Dji app? Like any glitches or any kind of lagging or anything, or is it pretty much up to par?
Al said he had lagging, and so did Tom. I haven't experienced it.
That was on the
smart controller. On the V1, like Trey said, I think I had a little bit too many.
Yeah, that's a different story. Like on a regular device,
loaded on that thing.
Yeah, I never experienced any lagging on any of my phones, any of my other tablets, and not on none of my Crystal Skies. I never had any lagging. Yeah.
Matty, it's a great app if you're doing client-based work and you need progress shoot at set altitude. You know how to mix the camera and set all that programmable stuff. You're good to go. That's what you would use. But there's a learning gap. You know.
Yeah. I can imagine.
Like anything, you just got to get familiar with it.
Yeah, like I said, I've been using it for about 2 years now, and probably a little longer than that. And there's still things in it I would like to learn more about to really maximize the software itself. Like I said, I got a state project now for a CHP station, and and they want three pictures from each point. So I'm trying to program this thing now to say, okay, I want to take 3 shots from each point, directional shots, and go from there and everything. So I'm reading up right now to see, okay, can I get 3 shots in one giant orbit from each location, or I have to do 3 loops, 3 laps around the block to get these 24 shots.
Are you mapping on that as well, or are you using another?
I am mapping it for myself because, like I say,
are you using the Dji app for mapping, or using another?
No.
Okay.
You're not providing the client map data though.
No. I am mapping the site because, like I say, you guys know, a lot of times the client only knows what he knows,
Right.
And you got to sit and try to tell them, well, this is actually better for what your need is. But they said, well, you only want, and most time it's all money driven. They don't want to have you do more because they don't want to pay more. So like I say, like I tell these guys, I'm out there anyway. It's a small site, probably no more than about 10 acres, complete altogether. I said, a mapping of that takes 1 battery to fly on 10 acres and stuff. Boom, 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 boom. I do it. I stitch it all together in that web OM software. And I say, my thing is, thinking down the road, somebody at Sacramento is going to want to see a large map of this whole site.
Right.
And I say, if they ask for it, I'm already have it.
You already have it. It's
good for the portfolio too.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm already going to have it. And the same thing with the orbit. Right. All thing they're paying me for is for the directional shots. The northeast, southwest shots is all they're paying me for. But like I say, the mapping takes 1 battery. And since I'm out there, I'll go ahead and do an orbit. And that's it. Because the directional shots that's going to take me no more than 10 minutes at the most to do directional shots. Hey, I'm already here. Go ahead and do an orbit. That takes about 3 minutes to do a video orbit. Just in case somebody asks, I'm already have it.
So Manny, if you want to get the Dji app to pay for itself, here's a good idea with it. Is one thing that you can do with it definitely is promote yourself to some roofing companies. Okay. And then what you do is you take the Dji app with your look downs and you map out how you're going to shoot every rooftop on that block and let the Dji app take over for you when you get on site and hit the same perimeter each and every time. The 45, the 70, the 90, you get all that in there, right? So another use for it is out here in the great Southwest, people put solar panels on anything that stands still for 5 minutes, okay?
Yep.
So this way, you run those missions at high noon because you want to see what angle the sun is at. You want to run that same mission, at 9 a.m. You want to run that same mission at 3 p.m. Yeah. So this way, the solar company, is going to have all the data necessary to say, well, here's the most efficient location for those panels. Yeah. Okay. So there's a couple uses for Litchi right there that will pay for itself before you even get done downloading it.
Yep.
That'll definitely come in
Absolutely.
handy.
You know what it's like? It's like having the flat blade screwdriver, the Phillips screwdriver, and the square driver in your pocket. Now I'm only going to use the square driver in the RV. I'm going to use the Phillips for 99% of everything else, and I'm going to use that flat blade only when I'm tightening down an electrical connection on an outlet. Okay, so but if I don't have those three tools, I get crazy.
You're stuck. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I always want to use the right tool for the right job.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, so I do want to go ahead and do a little announcement, guys. Don't forget about the Drone Meetup on April 2nd. I believe we are about 2 weeks away. Maddie,
14 days from
right,
today.
2 weeks away. I was right. Don't forget, guys. It's a free gathering for everybody. Thanks to Maddie Drone World, Ray Kelly, and everybody else that put that stuff together. It's going to be drone giveaway.
You're right.
Shirts. You buy your T-shirt, you're going to get your shirt. You're going to get your little lanyard with a little badge with your name on it. You're going to go ahead and get one of these. I think Brad Austin is the one that's doing these right here.
Yep.
This was for the first one. It's going to be a great time. And so come on in, hang out April 2nd in Jensen Beach, Florida. Am I right?
Yeah, it's going to be an entire weekend, man. Friday night, we have plans at a bowling alley that Bill Ronayne manages. Do some pool shooting. They're giving away gift cards. Saturday is going to be all day at Jensen Beach Causeway, flying and whatnot. Saturday night, we're having dinner at Duffy's Sports Bar and Grill. Sunday morning, we are meeting across from the hotel, the Hampton Inn and Suites. I'm setting up an FPV event across the street from the hotel. There's a really big park with an elementary school next door to it. So we're doing that. Sunday, we're probably going to do dinner again. And then Monday, we have a fishing trip off the Lady Stewart drift boat. It's a charter boat that goes out of Port St. Lucie. So yeah, it's gonna be a full weekend. We got a lot to give away, bro. A lot. 4, 1, 1, 2.
I believe it's gonna be
7
stickers.
drones.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be stickers, hats, shirts, and again the drones. Am I right?
We're gonna be doing stickers, hats, shirts. Me and Johnny will have mouse pads. I'll have mouse pads with my logo on them. Johnny's got his. That'll be the first half of the meet, and then during the end of it is when we're gonna do the drawing for all of the drones. We have 2 Mini 2s, Fly More combos, a Mini SE Fly More combo, 3 FPV combos, and then a bunch of little stuff. Mr. Al Diaz there sent me a care package with 2 tablet holders, some nice sticks
Adrian's
for
pissed
the
off, just to let you know.
Air 2. Why? Why did he be pissed?
I guess I was supposed to give it to him. Look at the face he's making.
No. Hey, Maddie, this is just that people don't know how to keep their word, but never mind. You got him, so
Hey,
we're good.
Adrian, look, this is how much I'm gonna look out for you. Look at it, check it out. And then one of your giveaways today, whoever wins it, you give it away. I went through the book, read it. I'll kick this down and pay the shipping. And you can do
hell yeah!
giveaway.
I've always wanted that book too.
So whoever wins it, you do a giveaway. I'll give it to him.
So Al sent us stickers, batch of stickers, and then we got Sunny Life tablet holder, another tablet holder here.
What about the little thumbsticks?
They're right there.
You started making fun of them when I text you.
Yeah, how are those thumbsticks, Al?
First of all,
but they look goofy as hell.
Oh, no, they look. I swear, I was almost ready to pull the trigger yesterday on those.
Yeah, they're pretty goofy, man.
They're functional though, right?
They are functional. Work. They are definitely functional.
Yeah, they definitely look cool.
All right, so again, I've been trying to say hi to everybody while I'm talking, and also in the chat. So Stephen Jones, thank you for popping in. Anybody else? If I miss anybody else, I do apologize. I'm sorry about that. I'm kind of doing multiple things at the same time. So let's go ahead. You're about to say something before we go to the next topic, Trey?
Yeah, let's go ahead and give away a shirt right now. We are burnt up our first hour. So let's how you're gonna do the contest, we're gonna give away a shirt. There we go.
Now that's
all right. So
I have the hat.
Now it's gonna be a long sleeve shirt. I actually have that one. I wore it the other day. It feels pretty good. I mean, I like it.
Good.
All right. So
see, I take
right now.
I like Al.
So again, right now we're gonna
Adrian, Adrian can give that fucking mic away. That's what he could do.
Hey, you watch. Adrian will win those sticks. You watch. He'll end up winning.
Hey, now is it too loud?
Yeah,
It
it's
is
too loud.
Oh, it's loud.
Okay,
and it's very
good. That's good. I'm not gonna overpower you because you sound like a little mouse. Good. I'm
Hey.
gonna leave it just like I'm not gonna mess with it anyway. So now it's gonna be the giveaway. The only thing you have to do is go ahead and put in the chat. I won in. I'm gonna keep it same way. I won in. Go ahead and put your name in there. We're gonna spin that wheel and we're gonna pick a winner. Now, Matty Drone World, do me a favor, Matty. Your internet is actually great. Can you know how to find that little spin the wheel thing online, right?
Yeah.
All right. If you do me a favor, go ahead and pull it up, and I'm gonna give you the names of everybody, and you go ahead and put it in.
You know, StreamYard actually has a tool now where.
Do you know how to do it? Because I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, but I don't think I can do it on your stream. I'm not an administrator. I can just do little things inside of there, but don't worry about it. I'll do the wheel.
And then you just go ahead and share the screen.
You got to tell Ken he can't get in. He already got stickers, and he's already got a shirt anyway.
All right.
All right. So you got it?
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right. So let me know when you're ready, and I'll give you the names.
So place it here. Anything more than one entry is a disqualification, by the way.
Yeah, you already got stickers coming.
I'll take care of it. You just.
What would Adrian do without Maddie and Dre? Tom?
Well, if I was by my girlfriend's house and I have great internet, I won't have to worry about it. We already discussed this when we were talking in the green room earlier, sir. Where I live, my internet is trash. This is where I like my microphone because it sounds so loud. Thank you very much.
I'm glad you're not chewing ice.
I'm not going to do that on my stream. That's disrespectful. I'll do it on somebody else's. Anyway, you got the names already, Matty, or you want me to tell you?
No. I'll take care of the names. You just keep talking, and then I'll.
Okay, tenfold. All right, so let's go ahead and go to the next. I appreciate that, Matty. Let's go ahead and go to the next topic. The next topic is going to be Aldias. You do this for a living. Tom, I believe you've done it before, or you probably do it right now. My co-host, Dre, probably many people up here in the chat. Let's go down and talk about how hard is it to get gigs, jobs, doing Part 107. If you guys can actually discuss this a little bit, I appreciate it. Go ahead, Dre. I'll start with you.
Well, there's a lot of different ways you can get into the market. Like I say, a lot of times you got to find out what your niche is going to be. And that's going to be based upon your local area where you live. If you're in an area that has a big booming housing market, commercial real estate is a good way to get in. And beyond that, it always helps to know realtors. Because like I tell people, I said, once you get, say, you get 5 realtors that you know or you have gotten to know, if they can give you at least 3 listings a month, okay, you can pretty decent, put some money in your pocket. You just can't work with one person. You're going to need a couple of folks to keep at least 3 listings from each person a month. That means you got 15 jobs to do every month. Okay, we'll use small numbers. Let's say you make $100. Okay, that's $1,500 a month. I could use $1,500 a month. How about you, Tom?
Absolutely.
I need that. I can use that.
So that's why I tell folks sometimes you just got to find out what's going on in your area, make those connections with people, because more than anything else, relationships is what builds any business. Is relationships. It's not about how great of a skilled person that you are. It's about relationships and being willing to put the time in when you need to, especially when you first starting out. You got to be, like I said, I'll go out there and fly a mapping mission, even though they're not asking for it. I'm looking down the road. This is my first state job. I'm hoping somebody in Sacramento says, hey, I like this guy's work. Plus, he's ready. So we're going to, ring his bell next time we got a state project somewhere in that area. we know we got a contact, you know, and go from there. So this is kind of like how you got to think. You got to think down the road a lot of times. Another way is, like I said, you can go through these broker places, the Droners.io and Drone Base. I was lucky enough to get on Drone Base. I got going into a 1.5-year project doing stockpile reports. Dude, that's 50. Like I said, not a lot of money each month, but it adds up. So far, I've made over $2,000 in the last year, going out there flying for 30 minutes. You know, and it's 15 minutes from my house, from front door to out to the recycling place. I'm in the air for maybe a total of 20 minutes, and I'm back home within an hour. So the time I leave doing that, and like I say, this is how you build your portfolio. You got to do some grunt work. Everything's not going to be $1 million listings right away. You're not going to get the Amazon jobs right away or some other big corporation job right away. You got to build your portfolio doing some grunt work. And that means doing some small jobs or jobs that don't pay a whole lot. And like you say, Johnny, Drone Base is cheap. But like I say, it's a year-long project, and it's not going to end because I'm the only pilot they found so far who has a COA for the city of San Bernardino, who can fly and split airspace.
Right.
So every month, I'm the only person that gets that listing. They don't even shop it around. They go straight to me. And actually, I've been doing it for close to 18 months now. And I'm the guy, because they have a pilot on staff, but he doesn't have a 107. So they have facilities in Canada, they got facilities in Arizona, and they got this one out here in Colton, California. And like I told them, I said, you know, when I retire in a few more years, I'll be more than happy to go full time with them. And they fly me out to Arizona, up to, I think it's in Alberta, Canada, Vancouver, Canada, and here in Southern California. I'll be their man, you know.
So I want to echo something that Dre said. I'll put it this way: don't be the Easter Bunny. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Okay. Yep. One client is not going to make you a business. It might put some cash in your pocket for a while, but that one client could disappear on you.
Yep.
You know, at the stroke of midnight. Okay. The other thing is, you have to prepare to succeed. Okay. You don't unprepare to succeed. You prepare to succeed. And what I mean by that is, get your ducks in a row. Learn what you need to learn to pass your 107. Become proficient as a pilot. Build your own portfolio. Okay? Before you go out there and try to pitch somebody something, they're going to ask you, why? Do you have any work to show me? So have some work to show them. Okay? Do you want to diversify? Do you want to just shoot anything from the air you can, or do you want to specialize? So that's what I mean by preparing. Okay. And like if you're truly serious about this, then you need a business plan. Okay. You got to really treat this like a business, because look, $1,000 a month in your pocket is not $1,000 a month in your pocket. Because if you go down that road, there's somebody called Uncle Sam who's going to be knocking on your door. So remember, you have overhead. And that leads me to a very important point. And I saw it come up in the chat a few times. People don't want to pay. People don't want. Well, don't make the mistake of undercutting yourself. And that means you're not going to go out there and undercut everybody else and be successful. Because the bargain hunters are not loyal customers, okay? Loyal customers are built on a relationship, like Dre said. It's a relationship you build by being successful, by providing them value for what they're paying for. You don't go into a store and buy something that falls apart on you right away, and you're okay with that. You want value in that product, okay? So as business, you got to provide value. Don't undercut yourself. Don't undercut the rest of the community, because you're not going to succeed that. How many real estate photographers have succeeded that way? And how many, I mean, just portrait photographers, wedding photographers. Look, you undercut yourself on a wedding, you subjected yourself to hell on earth, okay? Because no doubt Karma is going to be your evil, and you're going to have a bridezilla that expects the world for the $14.95 you charged us. Okay, so don't do it. It's going down the wrong road. Prepare to succeed.
Yeah.
Now,
I would say venture into those third-party drone companies if you're just starting out. Build your portfolio that way. Hey, believe it or not, YouTube, you could be seen in terms of your videos on YouTube. It's happened a few times with me. I would have never thought that'd be the case. Do stuff for free. I've done some stuff for friends who are superintendents for construction, and it led to progress jobs, and they call back, and you build up relationships, and you do things they don't expect, and they like your work, and they call you back. I've been fortunate in that regard. I've pretty much done it all. I flew a lot. I've been flying a lot of drones, but I think you have to find a niche and kind of run with it. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I started with real estate, and it was residential, and it was a hole. It was a deep hole, because out here in San Jose, a lot of the homes sell themselves. They're not looking to build a big portfolio of aerial shoots and indoors and stuff like that. They just want some shoot. They'll take a picture of with their phone, and the next day they'll sell it. So you have to find something you think would provide a niche and good funds for it. And for me, it's been construction. And as recently, I'm doing inspections for roof now. I'm not a licensed surveyor, but I take pictures for licensed surveyors.
right.
They don't want to climb on the roof and do it, inspect the roof themselves. So you go up there and you take pictures from it. It's all RGB stuff. And of course, I don't have a LiDAR thermal imaging certificate, so I don't have any of that. I know, Dre, you do. But there's ways. There's definitely ways.
Yeah, there's so many opportunities. I was out visiting friends at a marina, and so I definitely, for them, I took aerials of their boat. Well, down the dock was a guy who owned 14 McDonald's franchises, and he was in the process of selling 2 of his boats. The Big Mac and Mac Jr. And he asked me, hey, how much would it be to photograph these? And I had at that time, I had the Mavic, original Mavic, okay? And I told him, well, from just the air, that's $1,000. But if you want me to shoot the interior of your boat, that's an additional $500. Thinking he was going to go, oh, okay, nah, I appreciate it. And he went, okay, great. Is that the price for the other boat too? I said, well, the 2-for-1 deal. He goes, no, $1,500 for each boat. And I went, well, you know what? I'll give you a $250 discount on the second boat. So that was a nice afternoon, by the way.
Yep.
Okay. And of course, after I provided him that content, those assets, I started getting more calls from the same marina.
All right, so
it's looking for opportunities.
Yep.
all right, so we did want to hit and dive into that topic when we were actually supposed to do the giveaway. So
I'm ready.
About that. I didn't mean to brush you off. So whenever you're ready, Maddie, do me a favor, go ahead and share that screen. Let's pop it in. Now let's go ahead and do our giveaway for the evening. It's gonna be a shirt.
You got it.
Give me 1 second. There it is. Well, shit, you still got access to it.
Can I ask something? Did you have to put all these names in there individually?
Yes, you do.
You got to find
Anyway.
another damn fucking.
No, there is another way.
There is another way.
It's called the
Holy
StreamYard. It's called the StreamYard.
Yeah,
tool. And what you
somebody
do-
was showing me about the streamer, but I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't remember how to do it.
I know
How
how to
about
do
the
it.
number between 1 and 50?
podcast, by the way.
I know how to do it. What you do is you put a hashtag and then a word in the chat, and then you link the StreamYard tool to your StreamYard, and then it automatically takes everybody that hashtagged it and puts it in a.
Hashtag, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot easier that way. It's no big deal though. There's not, it's not that bad. All right,
You're good.
when you're ready.
You're a good man, Maddie. Do that for me.
Yeah, I try.
All right,
ready?
so give me 1 second, sir.
Is the wheel going to spin this time?
It better.
Yeah, and Marty's the one doing it, so I'm hoping that it would.
It'll spin.
Okay.
So then
All right, so go ahead and spin it.
Are
Ready?
all of those wedges the same size? No.
Go ahead and spin it, buddy.
And go. It'll stop somewhere. Whee! When it decides it wants to. Let's see. Is it going to stop? Shit.
It's stopping.
Come on. Well, hell, dude, I could have picked a faster wheel than this. Holy crap.
Oh,
Mike Kenny, Mike B,
Mike B.
Johnny John Flyer,
Hey,
Mike B. There you go.
hey. Wins a shirt.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Mike B, aka the Drone Ranger. Go ahead and get in contact with Dre, and you will go ahead and have your shirt on the way to you, buddy.
So if I just would have typed Tom, it would be giant letters in there, right?
Yep.
Better than a magnet, bro.
3 hours later.
Right? Shit, we're going to try a different wheel next time.
Too funny.
All right. Cool.
Okay.
Moment of silence for Adrian's back.
All right, so I'm actually typing. So let's go ahead and go to the next topic. Let me go ahead and wait for the little banner to let me know. So we got Litchi. We went ahead and covered the drones firmware update. We went ahead and covered part 107 jobs. Now we're gonna go ahead and talk about a little bit about the Dji Mini Pro. Is it a rumor or do you believe it's really coming? Now you guys talked about that last night a little bit, Maddie, on the Fly Zone drones. I was there for a little bit, but then after I took my medicine and I was in too much pain, I couldn't come back in, man.
It is inevitable. It's just a matter of when.
So, because I keep hearing that it's gonna come in next month, but then it will probably be later than that. They probably be November.
Well,
it probably be January. Probably be December.
Well, we got to keep in mind now that China has absolutely shut everything down. They are absolutely shut down right now. So who knows? It was supposed to be April, and then it was the end of April, and now it's April, May, and it's all rumor from there, but it's coming. It's just a matter of when.
I'm curious if it's going to have a remote ID already built into it.
I don't know.
Remote ID coming up.
Well, I mean, there's no
remote IDs right here, right? March 2023.
It's here. It's here, but I don't know if it's set in stone yet. So I don't know if they're capable of putting remote ID on the drone when remote ID is not yet a thing, I guess you could say. I mean, they have Aeroscope, which is I'm assuming is remote ID capable through firmware. I'm not really sure how it's going to work. So.
Well, the first thing is that FAA's got to settle on a protocol.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the first thing. I mean, you can't build anything to meet a regulation that does not have a specs themselves.
Nothing yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's holding them up? Is it this lawsuit? With,
it's just
in Florida.
It's just the FAA. That's all it is. It's government bureaucracy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, that lawsuit should help. Hoping it gets to the point where it pushes them back to where they have to rewrite. But, I don't know if you can fully count on it, the RDQ lawsuit. I'm hoping it goes as well as they plan it to. But, I mean, I guess it's just a wait and see thing. So, who knows?
Now do me a favor, Dre. They went ahead and put your email in the chat. Tell me if I did it incorrectly. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
Recoveryone.
You screwed up.
You
screwed up Gmail.
Gmail.com, right?
You screwed up Gmail.
Yeah, recoveryone@gmail.com. There you go. I have it now.
Okay. Yeah, I put it in there early for it. But I'm with you, Al. I just got to sit on what I have until I find out what's going to happen with this remote ID. I mean, as much as I want to go out and buy something else, the market is looking very nice for an Inspire 2. The prices are tumbling down to speak of. But like I said, I just can't see making an investment at that level, not knowing what's coming down the road. Don't want to be stuck with paperweights.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, one thing that I did watch. I don't know if you guys watched it, but Pilot Institute. Maddie, you are a big fan of of him, I believe. He put out a video with one of his buddies where they were using a software on the
Kenji
computer that can
and,
actually track
Yeah.
people flying,
Yeah.
and they were doing it in real time.
So
Yeah.
say
Did you see that video, Manny?
Say
Well,
that
that's
again,
Aeroscope.
Adrian. You're breaking up.
You broke up.
Okay, can you hear me now?
We can hear you, but just talk at a normal voice or back away from the mic because you get broken up when you get too
Okay.
close.
What I'm saying is that Pilot Institute made a video where they were actually tracking drones on real time on some kind of app on the computer or website.
You're talking
And
Yeah.
they
about
were
the one
saying
with
that this is
Aeroscope.
probably the way
Yes.
remote ideas
Yeah,
would be.
that was with
similar to that.
Aeroscope.
Yes.
Yeah, I
that
think
was
that
with
technology's been
Your
around for a
DJI
while.
drones are already Aeroscope
Yep.
compatible. Okay,
Yep.
so that's a given. Aeroscope is nothing but a license plate, basically. Looking at the license plate on your vehicle. But that technology's been around for many years. Okay, I worked with the science and technology group at Homeland Security called STEEL, and they've been using that product for many years now. Not just that product, but there was a test in New York City, in Manhattan, where there were numerous drone assets up in the sky that were being tracked by 3 different CUAS, counter UAS products. Okay, so there's already product out there. Now, when it comes to the rulemaking committee and the FAA and everything like that, it's talking about the bureaucracy. You got to be happy about the bureaucracy sometimes because it doesn't move at lightning speed, which means some dumb shit ideas don't ever evolve, okay? Because they die on the vine. That's a good thing. Now, it's going to happen. There's no doubt about it. It's here. It's going to happen in March. Now, I personally believe the product you already have is going to be somewhat compatible with it from day one. So, Trey, I don't think if you pick up an Inspire 2, you're buying antiquated or deprecated technology. I just think that you might have certain limitations, but I don't think they're going to be that prohibitive, at least not initially.
I agree.
So, I think for, remote ID, okay, I know we're going to talk about BVLOS, but these things are going to evolve over time. And I think anything coming out within the next couple of months is definitely going to be suitable for whatever. Remember that the FAA, I'm cutting off myself, but the FAA has already invested in some of that Aeroscope type technology.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think the decision on which technology is going to be used, I think how much the technology is going to be accessible, I think that's where the big issues still lie. Okay.
Yeah.
How much common citizen is going to get to see of your data? How much other entities within the environment will be able to see your data? Remember, at the end of the day, remote ID is there for a reason. Now, if you're a man pilot and you owned yourself a little, say experimental, or like a Kit Fox or a Carbon Cub or a Cessna 172, you were required just a few years ago to put new technology in your aircraft. Okay? And that technology was remote ID when you really think about it, right?
Yeah.
So by making us that fly in the unmanned aerial environment to do it, it's only right that we now participate. And remember that there's a financial incentive here for remote ID. Okay? The carriers. Without remote ID, forget about BVLOS.
Yep.
Forget about commercial airspace use with these drones. So that's why it's here. I don't care about the lawsuit. The lawsuit will work itself out in the courts, but I don't think it's going to have a major impact on remote ID. That's my personal.
Yeah, there's got to be some give and take with this whole situation, and
Yeah.
I understand it. You know why I do find it weird that Aeroscope did disappear about 6 or 7 app updates ago, and I'm kind of curious as to why.
It did not. It didn't disappear. It's there.
It's not
just
there for
behind
the
the
Air
scenes.
2S. Or I mean, I'm sure it's there, but it's not physically there in the app.
It lives and breathes within the animal you purchased. It's just not accessible to you.
So that's
And so when you said, "Hey, firmware updates," there's loads of stuff built into the technology we use every day, right? That we're not uniquely aware of.
Right.
So what they did, in other words, is because with that aeroscope on that app, you were actually able to toggle it on and off. So I'm assuming they took it away for that reason, for being able to toggle it, or it's just something built inside now that we can't control. I'm going to assume that's why they took it.
So the
funny thing is, you mentioned that on the DJI apps, but there's nothing like that on the Evo apps, Autel apps, unless I've never come across that. Anything like anything.
No, well, wasn't that one of their big selling points, Al?
Yeah.
Okay. That does not mean they didn't lessen their own corporate liability by having some circuitry or capability within the drone.
Yeah.
They just maybe did not advertise that feature set as being accessible, right?
Yeah.
I guess what I'm saying is that I don't think DJI's would be, how should I say, standards in terms of them doing what they did on their app. I think it's just kind of like to appease the FAA. And I know there's a lot of red tape and bureaucracy, but I'm going to tell you, I've gotten clearance and COAs for zero grid areas that were a half mile in approach to San Jose International Airport. And I've requested 300 feet and they've given it to me. Now you got to write your flight operations and what you plan on doing it. But it is a lot of red tape, but once you go through it, it's pretty attainable and easy.
Once you know how to navigate those waters out.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So that was another good topic right there. Let's go ahead and go to the next one. Let me let that thing bring me back up to the next topic. So we covered the Dji, drones firmware. Oh God Almighty! Part 107 jobs. We also went ahead and discussed the little Mini 3. So we're gonna go to the fifth topic, which is, will the FAA ever grant BVLOS?
Absolutely.
What do you think, Dre?
I think so.
Yeah, well, if I don't know how many people saw the show that Vic Moss and the gentleman from Institute,
Kenji.
Yep. Yeah, Kenji. I think they laid it out.
On the AOC.
Yeah, they laid it out pretty much pretty simple that there'll be additional status part 108. I think I caught that will be able to be achieved through testing and whatever else they're going to have to grant individuals or probably most likely corporations to have beyond line of sight.
Is that going to be for recreational or only for part 107?
Well, like I said, we don't know all the details, but it is something that's going to be written into the guidelines and rules. So I think they'll break it down to who they will allow to get it. Because me, recreational, this is just me talking. I don't see where there is a strong argument for recreational to be able to have beyond line of sight,
especially since they already do it.
Right. And I'm just being real. I mean, what is if somebody who's out there just having fun need to fly beyond line of sight? You're not me. Go ahead, Tom.
There is a reason. There is a reason on the recreational side.
Okay.
FPV.
Right there.
Okay.
Absolutely. FPV. Okay. And yeah, within limitations, right? So
absolutely.
Now if we want to say that whenever you fly FPV, you're flying at a fixed site, then it's a no-brainer, right? Because you can fly at a fixed site without remote ID. So if you can fly at a fixed site without remote ID, it's, right now under the current standards, those fixed sites are so small that no matter how hard you try, you're always going to be in visual line of sight within those sites, right?
Yeah.
But now if you expand it, the issue here, Matty, lies with, are you required to have a VO when you fly FPV? Now, I take my wife everywhere, so I'm covered, okay?
Yep.
I just wish her eyesight was better.
Would they allow a daisy chain? Like you have a VO, say, at a certain distance with a walkie?
Well, there's a 383. I think it's 383 pages, Al. If you want to read it, it came out on March 10th. It's the Aviation Rulemaking Committee came out with their final proposal on BVLOS, and I think that's what Greg, Kenji, and Vic had a video on.
That's what their discussion was about.
It yet, but I plan on it. Anything that Vic's involved with, I like to watch. It's a definite. I mean, in order for the commercials carriers to move commodities, it's a necessity. Okay, mm-hmm. So there's a huge revenue issue there, right? The use of technology has been discussed in this. And that was your point, Al. Could you daisy chain? Can you use technology to maintain visual line of sight? Okay, right now you can't even use a pair of binoculars.
Nope.
So I believe that is. I haven't yet gotten a chance to read it. I do need to start taking a series of naps now that I'm retired. So maybe I should start reading these documents. Okay, but the key here is. There is going to be basically tiers, I believe, on what constitutes your ability to use BVLOS versus a commercial carrier versus, a commercial carrier might be putting millions and millions of dollars worth of infrastructure in place, right?
Yep.
Another big. Now the key. Remember the key. The ultimate thing on the BVLOS is. Collision avoidance.
Yep.
And without remote ID and being able to sense who's around, okay, you can't have BVLOS.
That's another big thing in the FPV community that they're fighting for too, is the whole sheltered operations deal. Being able to fly in sheltered, I mean, the shielded operations within a certain limitation, of course.
Designating anything outside as a sheltered operation.
Yeah.
Because right now you can operate indoors all you want. So if you got the monetary capability of renting out the Allegiant Stadium, you can fly FPVs till the cows come home with nobody around to watch your back. Okay, but outdoors, completely different situation.
Yeah.
I wonder if they do grant this BV beyond visual line of sight, if you would have the opportunity to get that 4G dongle for the Mavic 3, right? Because
I'm sure anything's possible.
You can't buy it now because of all the rules and things.
Yeah, not in the U.S. You can't
currently, right? Yeah.
As of right now, I'm sure with the BVLOS situation coming, there's a possibility it might be available, but you never know.
Besides, there's other issues that still have to be addressed too, because with BVLOS, remember we're flying in low altitude. And in low altitude, there's nothing but obstacles. Yeah. How close can you be to those obstacles? So if we start building technology in, what kind of distance are we required to maintain between an obstacle and us? Like how close can you get to a building? How close can you get to a piece of infrastructure? Now, right now, if you're a manned pilot, there are standards in place.
Yep.
All right, so we did want to hit and discuss the other one. Hey guys, do me a favor, Mr. Crypto Man 5000, he's up to 28 subs. If you would please go ahead and subscribe to his channel, show some love and support. I really appreciate that.
Oh, be right back,
thank
Adrian.
you, Stephen Drones. Thank you, Diaz. Everybody that have done it already. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and cover the next topic. Did Mike B, aka the Drone Ranger, that he already reached out to you already, Dre?
He probably has. I'm not really checking my emails right now. I'm trying to pay attention to the chat. So I'm not really worried about it. He can get a hold of me over the weekend or Monday.
Okay.
Adrian, let's do my giveaway. I'm going to give away this FPV book. I went through it, read it.
Do you want to go ahead and do that now? You want to do that right now?
Let's do it. Let's do a number. We don't have to go through this, put the name in there.
Right,
stuff. I'll pay for the shipping. You guys contact me.
All right, Tempo. So number from 1 through 50. Go, everybody, go ahead and do a number from 1 through 50. pick a number, and we're going to do a giveaway on Aldia's book.
I'll put it in the private chat. Here we go. You ready? Hopefully, I don't put it in the other one. You got it?
Yeah,
I got
it.
Yep.
Hi, guys. So go ahead and put your number in the chat, and whoever guesses is going to be the winner. Whoever guessed it right.
Oh,
shit.
now I can't participate. Ah, damn.
Why not?
No, I ain't got no winner.
Yeah, I don't mind giving away
Not
stickers
yet.
either.
No,
I
wait,
should've
whoa,
given-
No
winner
winner.
yet.
No winner yet. No
Oh,
winner yet.
now I see it. Okay.
It's a good book, guys. It's a very good book, especially if you're into.
No winner yet.
Just close, but no winner.
Yeah, I thought about grabbing that. I really did.
No winner yet. What is going on?
We need
So close.
We need Curtis.
So, dude,
Dark.
1 in 1,000, dude.
No, he said 1 in 50. We need Curtis
1
Dark
through
here.
50.
He'll start doing 1 through 50. One at a
Stop.
time.
There you go.
Someone got it. Someone got it.
AC
Got it.
John
Yeah.
All right, he's in
Easy.
Arizona. Save me some postage
All
and
right.
shipping.
Good job.
All right, AZ
Hey,
Drone,
guys,
dude.
we got a winner.
I'll put my email in there, and you can send me an email with your info, and I'll send it out to you. See, Adrian,
All right.
that's
Yeah.
love, dude.
I'll be giving a bunch of mine away at the meetup too. So quite a few.
AC
Or at
Joe,
least I'm gonna try.
congratulations, man.
Congrats. I'll send it to
All
you.
right, so
There's my
let's go ahead
email.
and go
Just
to the
put it
next
up.
topic, which is gonna be
Just edged Max Air out. Max Air
Hmm.
420 out. Just edged you out, dude.
so now we are. Let's go to the next. Let's see, the other topic is gonna be. All right, so this is one thing that actually Dre literally beat me in the head a lot about, which I'm learning how to do pretty much. But what do you use for your pre or your post flight checklist? Also, Aldia's went ahead and let me know about that one. So with that being said, Mr. Cajos, if you could briefly just give me a little pointer, and we're gonna go to Aldia's, we're gonna go to Tom. Not if you have anything to say, then we're gonna go to the chat.
You got it.
Basically, for his pre-flight checklist. For me, because I said what I do, I usually fly for business. I don't get a chance to fly out for fun like I used to. So it all starts with whatever project I'm approaching. If it's a new job, like I said, I'm gonna be on here looking at Google Maps, whatever else, scout out the location as much as possible before I even show up on the job. That starts my pre-flight checklist. Try to identify as many of the hazards that I can just by looking on my computer, looking at Google Maps. If it's a place that's close by that I can drive to go see, I might even do that before the day I'm supposed to show up. So I get an on-site look at what's going on. So I have an idea of the day that I'm going to fly, what are my hazards and risk factors are going to be.
So with that being said, Dre, does that mean that before you actually go and fly, you actually do your own, you check the weather, you check everything on your computer before you actually go to the actual job site? So does that mean that you actually use Google Earth to go ahead and pull any information that's available in that area?
Yes, I pull up Google Earth to search out the area best as can. Use a street view to get more of an idea of the structures if there's some in the area. And same thing, I'm always watching the weather to see what kind of weather conditions are that are going to be forecast for it coming up that week. That means all the preparation I can do. Now you talk about getting down closer to the day I'm actually going to fly. You talk about making sure all your batteries are charged, usually within 24 hours before you show up. Like we talked about earlier, talking about, turn on your equipment before you leave to go out there to make sure you're going to have some kind of update prior to you showing up out there. So you get a chance to, get all these things done. Because when you get out there, you don't want to be stuck with wasting battery power doing an update on a, fly zone update situation. So all you're doing is killing the battery, doing that kind of mess and so forth. So you try to knock out all the different, what I call administrative things out of the way. So when you show up on site, all you're going to do is fly. You don't want to have to do anything else but fly and go from there. That you're familiar with your area as best you can. Even when you show up on site, I still might do a walk around the site. If I'm out there doing a job, walk it before I put the bird up. And that's pretty much, without going into individual details of what I do, but that's pretty much the mindset that I'm in, that from the time I'm scheduled to go fly somewhere, I am probably, I would say, 3 to 4 days out, I start prepping. And each day gets closer, I'm focusing on one other aspect of that pre-flight checklist. So when I show up that day, I'm ready to actually fly.
Got it. All right,
Yep.
Go ahead, Aldias.
I use UAV Forecast. I got a subscription. You probably can't see it because it's so damn bright.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys probably heard it. UAV Forecast. It's pretty in depth. I also use UAS Pilot Log. You probably can make your own, but I bought this online on Amazon. It's not in depth, pretty basic stuff. Batteries charged, secure, aircraft hardware okay, equipment, gear okay, transmitter controls, compass calibration. It just has a list of the batteries, sections where you can put the batteries you use, what time you start. I check the props, I check the motors, I check the transmission before I take off. And just like Dre, I do all those pre-flight checks also before I leave and the day before, and as well as afterwards. I have a tendency, kind of anal with my equipment and make sure one lasts. So that's what I do.
That's some extensive stuff there, buddy.
Yeah, that is. But that's more like when I'm doing commercial flying.
When you're working,
When I'm a hobbyist, I'm not that thorough. I probably should be, because you pick up bad habits when you don't do that. But
All right.
I try to be as on it as I can.
Therefore, I appreciate that, Dre. Aldias. Go ahead, Tom.
Consistency is the biggest key. You got to get into a routine. It's got to become root. So, touching upon everything both Dre and Al said, you got to research. What are you doing? Why are you doing it? I like to know a little bit about, if I'm shooting for an industry, I like to know a little bit about the industry. I want to know, even when I was on the job, if we were doing something special, I wanted to know a little bit more about it so that I could speak intelligently to others that were involved with it. Okay.
Yeah.
You want to instill a level of confidence. So confidence is one of those checklist items, is to have confidence. Okay. A lack of confidence is going to screw your head up, but prepare. Okay. You got to be prepared. We talked about that earlier. The morning of the flight, I'm going through the weather. I'm looking at the logistics. What's my departure time? What's my arrival time? When do I have to pee? These things are important because, you don't want to get frazzled on your way to a job.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't want to road rage on your way to a job, because when you get to the job, you're going to be hopped up, and that's going to impact your ADM. Okay. Important thing. Part 107, ADM, aviation decision making. Okay. Having your head wrapped not too tight, but tight enough to understand, okay, how to deal with situations. I want to know what the access to the site is. Who do I need to see? At what time are they expecting me? And then to get into those things, here's where the consistency matters. And whether I'm shooting as a hobbyist, or I'm shooting a commercial job, I go through my menus the same way each and every time. Okay. When I get into that connection with the aircraft, I'm going through their first main menu and I'm formatting my card. I don't care if I formatted it the night before. I'm formatting my card because that's a routine I go through. I'm calibrating my compass. Okay. I don't care if I've only moved 20 miles from my last location. I'm calibrating my compass. I am then doing a visual look, a 360 look from my point of view, and determining what my return to home altitude needs to be. Okay? It's different every time you fly. Don't set your return to home altitude to 400 feet and say, hey, I'm good, I'll clear everything. Yeah, you just might not have enough battery power, okay, to get the bird up to 400 feet when you need to return to home. So these are the things. And then I'll go through the other menus. I look at the battery menu. I want to make sure my battery is pretty, equalized. I'm looking at my camera settings. No sense getting up in the air and finding out I'm on automatic with a fucking, a shutter, shooting 200 frames a minute. None of that's helping me. That's not what I want to find out. The funniest thing I ever saw, I was with Eddie Nunez one day. We're at a park. We're ready to take off. Guy comes in. You knew he was a brand new drone pilot because what did he do? He launched his aircraft and then took out his phone and attached it to the controller. Okay, so right there, you knew what you were dealing with. Okay, and me and Eddie were like, "Hey, it's time to back up." Okay, but if you're consistent in your approach, and Al, I'm just as anal as you. After the flights, I go back through and I do my post check.
Hey, that's how I found those cracks on my Evo 2 Pro.
Exactly.
Back in the day,
Yep.
when I was going through that rigmarole.
Check the props. Check the batteries. Do you have any swelling? Those batteries too hot to put back in your bag?
Yeah, that's a big one.
And the other thing is being prepared, right? If you know you're going to need at least 3 batteries when you're out there, there isn't a drone I own that I don't own 5 batteries for, okay, at minimum. Because if you get into the bad habit of charging a battery as soon as you land, you're going to have a problem at some point in time. So have enough batteries where a battery can cool down enough before you start a charge cycle. So if you have 5 batteries, okay, and you fly the first one, the second one, the third one, and then put the first one on charge, and you got 2 more batteries to fly, you're probably going to have a 6 battery to fly then, okay? But, these are things you go through in your head. Those are part of the steps, and steps no matter where you are. Look, if it's manned aircraft and I have to walk around the aircraft, I better remember to remove every pennant before I take off.
Yep.
The difference there is I'm inside the plane, so I better have shit right. So don't be lackadaisical because we're not physically in the aircraft. And when you do get lackadaisical, that's when it hits the fan. Okay.
Info. All right, so we pretty much covered that. Now the next topic was going to be a little bit of free fall, but instead let's actually go ahead and share some links. Everybody, if you actually have a video you want to go ahead and share, please go ahead and pop that in the chat, and we'll go ahead and kind of play a couple of videos, and then we're going to call it a night. Hey, great show, everyone.
Hold up. We're going to give away a hat.
Shoot. A hat. Oh,
Dre,
damn.
Dre, do you have your own clothing company or something?
He's got to by this point now.
All right, well, let's go ahead and do another giveaway. It's going to be a hat.
We're gonna do it simple like Al did. We're gonna pick a number 1 through.
Thank
50.
you, Dre.
So Dre, you're gonna tell us ahead of time,
right? So you're gonna tell me, you're gonna text me the number, or how you want to do it?
I'm gonna send the number in the private chat right now. Just relax.
All right, send it to the private chat. 1 through 50, guys. Another hat. One of these right here. Sponsor from Recoveryone Drone, aka Dre. So let me see. The number is. Oh damn. Okay. 1 through 50, guys. 1 through 50. All right, nobody got it yet.
Nope.
Nobody yet.
Stop.
Nope. Stop.
Well,
Stop.
Chris Langdon, have drone will fly.
Have drone will fly.
Nice,
Sorry.
Have drone will fly. Confirmed.
That's Chris Langdon.
All right, Chris.
All right, Chris. Congratulations, buddy.
Nice. Next week, Adrian's going to give one of his 50 drones away.
Yeah, you actual fucking. Don't
a
make me
mic
cuss,
check.
dude. I've been doing good so far. Don't make me cuss.
And we have a GoFundMe site set up for Adrian to buy him a new microphone.
Just has to put it in the next room. He'll be fine.
I should go ahead and do a GoFundMe for my damn AC that went out. That shit is fucked.
Dude.
No, you should sell half your drones and get the AC fixed, eh?
There you
Hey, man, don't do that, man. Damn. Don't cost me out like that, buddy. Damn.
Somebody could be listening, dude. Be careful.
Hey, Half Drum Will Fly. Congratulations. And what's the name again? Matt.
Chris Langdon.
Chris. All right. Go ahead and email Dre at Recoveryone Drone at gmail.com and he'll hook you up.
Yep. I put the email and the link to you, Chris. So looking forward to hearing from you so I can get it out the first part of the coming up week.
Adrian, what are you going to do when it starts getting hotter in Florida?
I'm gonna get one.
Fire drones in your house. Keep it cool.
It just
that South Florida.
Now you do the new spin up.
50 drones in his house flying.
Yeah, the new spin up.
Cool.
Only Aldia would say some dumb shit like that. Only you, Aldia. Damn.
Te quiero. I love you, brother. I love you. Wouldn't be.
All right, so we have a couple of links here. Priority video to share. Adrian will break out his G-string when he gets hotter. Really? Is that what we're gonna go down to?
Show up
to
South Florida in one of those and watch what happens.
No, negative.
You know, Matt, you got to be careful with these suggestions, dude, because there's a certain guy named Mark Fisher from Rhode Island coming down.
Oh yeah, no shit.
Okay, and any kind of suggestion from Mark is a given, right?
Yeah,
a man almost hit me with his Maserati SUV one day. Okay.
Tom, are you going to the meetup?
Unfortunately, not Al.
Dre, are you?
Thank you, another Jordan. I appreciate it, sir.
What's that, Al?
Are you going?
No. I was looking forward to going
Al,
to
it sounds
like,
and Dre, come on, man. I'm surprised you haven't done it yet. Where's the South by Southwest Drone Meetup?
Well, they're not having it this year.
It's on the other coast.
It's on the other coast.
We need to do a West Coast, but you guys don't.
Yeah, definitely.
I keep trying to throw that hand at Steve Carpenter. I said, hey, let's put this together. And
yeah, come out to California, pay $7 a gallon.
No, that's why you got to come to Nevada. So you only pay $5 a gallon, but for every gallon you buy, you got to pay $2 in slots. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Vegas don't mention it. They catch you at the airport, the bus stop, train station. They'll get you.
Dude, you walk into a gas station.
Oh yeah.
They serve free alcohol if you play the slots in a gas station. Now, when did alcohol and gas stations, cross lines like that? Okay.
Well, you gotta
you sell it there, but you could never consume it there. Now, if you walk in, there's a little side room. But yeah, no, we limit our slot. The wife is a penny slot player, so I ain't going broke on her.
Mm-hmm. My wife likes those penny slots.
That's good to know, Gary Brown Aerials. Thank you, Flynn. Meet. I appreciate it, buddy.
Are you playing videos?
Yeah, we can definitely do a West Coast meetup at some point. Definitely.
We can maybe go Vegas or down south.
Well, you know what? It's a target-rich environment. The problem is if you go near Boulder City, we'll get screwed because you can't fly anywhere there. They're ridiculous over there. But I'll tell you, the Vegas area, and even look, there's spots. The only problem here is, if we get a caravan going, we can hit some hot spots. I mean, Red Rock Canyon here, Jean Dry Lake Bed. Okay, you want to fly FPV chasing sand rails across the desert? You have all of that here. The other thing is you have what's the water park along 15, Dre? Right?
Oh, that abandoned water park.
The Dolores, Lake Dolores or something right there. So I've shot a couple of things. That's a fun place.
Yeah.
But there's stuff all over, and I imagine throughout Southern California also. It's just, what the second I cross over that California border, my gas price goes up by $1.50.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This is a little video from Jerry's Flying Canic. Can you guys see it?
Yeah. You gotta blow it up so it's full screen.
Yeah, it's not running smoothly.
You
It's
probably
playing.
have it ain't playing on our end.
No, it's not. It's frozen basically on our side.
Adrian, I don't think you can share it. One of us probably have to share it or something.
No, I see it running. Do you not see it running?
Yeah, but we're
Oh,
not
no,
getting
there
it
you
on
go,
our
right
side.
there.
We're not seeing it running.
We're not, it's
Yeah,
not
we
running.
don't get it.
Hey, Adrian, can't you get like the internet from Starlink or something?
Oh my! No, it's not available here yet.
GoFundMe site. That's what I said. Come on, guys.
All right, so can somebody go ahead and share it, please? Yeah, go on.
I don't know how to share it. I tried that before the show
I'll
started.
do it.
Clueless.
Aldia, you just special, buddy. That's all it is. You just special in your
Special,
own
baby.
ways.
Special.
Come on, with the 26 people watching right now, everybody
I'm
throws
assuming
a
you want
dollar
it.
in.
I'm
We
assuming
only
you
need
want it.
$780 more to buy him Skylink. Okay.
You want it muted, Adrian?
Yes,
Try to be
please. No
better.
music.
Okay.
Yeah.
No music. Only the video.
You got it, bro. Let me drop the resolution so it plays right. Here you go. There. Good.
Go for it. Yeah.
I see it. That's
It's
a
no
nice
fun
logo,
without
by the
music.
way, Flying Canic. Good night of you, Chaser Donnie. Thank you for popping in, buddy.
I would love to get the hell out of Florida, do some flying. This place is so flat.
Oh my God.
Your back killing you that bad?
Yeah, man.
And we'll speed this up a little bit. Because we can't hear him talking. Well, actually, maybe.
Transmitter
Yeah.
takes
Well,
times
shit.
3 AA batteries. Okay, I'll show you that real quickly. There they go. Shuts down. The speed on it is 36 kilometers an hour.
No music, but let him talk.
I am.
Yeah, from what I've seen, that's what it does. Okay, and the package includes one car truck with decals. Okay, here's the decals. You can put them, all the stuff for your dashboard and the sides and everything like that. The transmitter, as I showed you, the battery charger. That's 1.3 amp hourly output. Okay, on the battery itself, the battery. On the battery charger itself is 1.3 amp hourly output. Okay, the battery is 1100 amp, like I said, 7.4 volt. And the manual here is very complete, man. It's a very good one. Very well done. Okay. It's really cool. Lots of information in there for you new guys. And here we go. Here's our battery charger. And the way that hooks up.
Should I speed this up to the flight or to the video, to the footage?
Quickly.
If there is there footage? Oh, yeah, that
Like
thing's
that.
got some LEDs on it.
Okay. So you can see how
Yeah, go ahead and speed it up.
you plug this into your. Okay, I'll pop the
I think
battery
it's
back
just
in
a
there. Here's the on-off
review.
switch. So we press that in, hold.
Oh, okay. He drives
There
it
you go.
around.
You see that? It's blinking. So what we're going to do is turn on the remote now. Watch, it'll connect up. There, it stopped blinking, right? And you'll see it's all connected there. Look at
Cool
that.
looking truck.
The LEDs are sweet.
Adrian, don't you have an RC car?
It's got a bit of
Whatever
a.
happened to that?
I got a whole bunch of them. I got like 15.
I'm surprised you
It'll break the
don't use them.
Somebody just popped in, Adrian. I just heard it.
Yeah, that was Tom. I let him back in.
Oh, okay.
Moving though first for that.
I'll chase that truck with one of my FPV drones. Yeah.
Come on. Get out of there. You can do this. There we go. Now back up. Straight this way. You can do this, buddy.
I don't think he'll be able to
Hey,
reply.
Matt,
but
that's pretty funny because I thought like about a year ago we were talking. A bunch of us were talking about RC cars setting up a track and then having a partner team up with you with an FPV drone
Yeah.
as a team,
Nice.
right?
That would be cool.
It's like as your tower man. Okay. So we were talking about having like a motocross type of course. So basically, you wound up being the eyes and ears of the RC driver.
Well, that's not that bad.
That would be
It's all
cool.
right.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Let's see what's going on there. Whoa.
So this thing voice activators the remote control because it sounds like he's talking to it too.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't talk to yourself when you fly, Adrian?
Yes, I
He's
do.
obviously talking to the camera.
Yes, I do.
Poll again. Let me see. Well, let's just try and just cruise it around now and see how it feels without gunning it. Sounds good. Sounds good. Got a few hits. Nothing's broken.
That is one big basement.
Yeah, no shit. I was getting ready to say something about that. You can set up
It turns
gates
really
and
nicely.
have tiny whoop races.
I was waiting for you, Matt, to figure out that you were going to put a course down there.
Yeah, man. Have gates set up all over the place in there.
I'm
Anyway,
looking at this. So I
Turn
can
those
think it
lights
was a
down,
massive
put the
home
LEDs
theater.
up.
Yep.
Yeah, you could do that too, Dre.
That's what I'm saying. I said, man, that'd be a great home theater.
All right, Matt.
I know, right?
water, you can put the water in there.
That is
I
pretty
washed
cool.
the tires off, everything.
Hey guys, do me a favor. Go ahead and subscribe to Mr. Bob Casey Ariel channel. He's trying to get to 500 subs, so help him out.
Who's
buddy.
that?
Bob
Big
Casey.
Bob.
Bob
Casey.
Casey Ariels.
Yeah, Bob had a nice video he put up the other day. Very nice video. So
I
did
think
Eddie. Eddie had a
I
good
think he
one.
popped
Eddie
that video
was-
into the chat. I
Did he?
believe.
Yeah.
Also, Mike Kenny did one, popped one in there. Steven Drones, the Amazon build 36 video. Is that Bob Casey?
This is Bob Casey.
Yeah, it's Bob.
Okay.
This is Mike Kenny's link, but it's Bob Casey's video. There's another bridge. Do loops around. Yeah, a year ago, I'd be thinking that would look great from the Air 2S. Now the only thing I think is, I wonder if I can power loop that.
That bridge reminds me of the A1A bridge in Jacksonville, Florida. Look just like it.
A good looking.
So this is either Florida or Ohio, right? Because it's flat.
Yeah, right. I believe it's where's Oklahoma? No.
No, Bob Casey in Kentucky.
Yeah, Bob's in Kentucky.
In
Yeah.
Kentucky.
Oh, this is Kentucky? I had a couple of mountains in Kentucky.
Yeah, you get some hills back in the distance.
I see a few back there. Yeah. Yeah, we have
And what
landfills
looks to
down
be
here.
nuclear cooling towers.
Yeah, I was wondering about that too when I seen that.
Yeah, I'd be checking air map just right about now.
That's a crazy shot right there.
That's a great little
Great.
panning that you did right there, Bob
Yeah,
That's
Casey.
cool
nice.
looking.
That's nice.
He flew it smooth. He did. I
Yes,
seen
sir.
it The other day.
He's getting good at these edits, man.
Is he using those chubby sticks there? Al?
I don't know. A lot of people are interested in those chubby sticks.
Good looking tower. That's pretty cool. Let me see here. Oh, he flies under the bridge.
Sweet.
Get it, Bob.
That's
Don't
what he
hit
puckered
nothing,
up
Bob.
right there, man.
You won't recover it.
I'm assuming you want me to kind of just skip through these videos, or do you want me to let them play out? Because some of them are
Yeah,
long.
skip through it a little bit because they're kind of long, and we're about to go and call it quit in a little bit.
That was a nice transition.
Yeah, look at this.
Look at the size of that barge.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Damn. What is that? 3 of them connected to each other, or one solid
It looked
one?
like it. Because the tugboat is in the back. The tugboat.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah.
I think so.
No, I think that's one whole one, Matty.
No, those are 3. There's a limit for docking that's required. So
Yeah.
it's probably 3 separate barges.
Oh, you can see the gap right there. Yep. They're just
Yeah,
connected in the
they-
center.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty cool, man.
Fuck.
Big ass tugboat.
Adrian, you need to go see Sung Lee. She'll
You need to
take care
see
of you.
somebody.
I can't do that right now. I'm actually waiting to go ahead and get vet according to the doctor so they could start the physical therapy. I cannot do it right now. As much as I want to, I can't. I got to go through a process, workers' comp, so I got to let him do what the fuck I got to do.
Yeah, Sung Lee doesn't take workers' comp. Just an FYI.
Because it happened while I was working. He was making my personal vehicle.
Nice shots, Bob.
Nice.
Yeah, Kane said that boat took the blue pill. Strong ass boat.
Yeah. All right, let's find someone else. All right. Let me look. One of my favorite shorts, Under the Drone. Let me get to it.
Go ahead and
No
play a
music.
few more, Mike. Then we're gonna call it a night.
You got it, bro. And this is Under the Drone. Quick little short.
And look at those rocks, man. Holy crap.
Dude.
That's a beautiful.
Now that would be some shit to fly. Yeah, buddy. Where is it? Oh, never mind. Arizona.
Come on out, Matt.
Oh, man.
It's a nice reveal
Whoa.
shot.
You'd be doing nothing but mountain diving.
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you. I
I bet Matt would go crazy if we be flying him down rocks,
dude, in
won't
a
you?
heartbeat. In a heartbeat. Yeah, I need it because down here, I mean, it's nice. The beaches, and even like building diving. It's hard to do because there's so many people down here. It's unreal. You can't get away from the people.
The problem you have out here, the frustrating problem you have out here is your 1,640-foot limit on your altitude. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a problem because look, I'm always within 400 feet of that structure. Okay.
Mhm.
But that structure could be 7,000 feet high, man.
Yep.
So you're only getting up so high. You got to keep hiking. The
And
easier
who
way
clears
is to
this
get to
one?
the top and fly down.
Yellow Rose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at the size of that hole.
Oh, Yellow Rose drones? Okay.
Backyard pool. That would be a
Holy
party.
Shit.
Where's this at? You guys know where this is? This is at?
No.
I don't know where Yellow Rose drone is at. I have no idea.
He's in Texas, I believe.
I'm looking for some.
Yeah, Lee's in Texas.
Okay.
I believe so.
It's got to be huge.
That's a beast.
Yeah.
Goodness. Brand aerials. All right, hold on. This one's 1:50 long, so that's not too bad.
Who's that one? Max Air video?
Nah, Brand aerials.
Oh, okay. I think it says
Yeah.
like 2 minutes long or something like that.
Yeah. Beyond Watson's Pond.
Whoa, look at the
That was
wires.
close.
Oh, this is the one he edited. This is Gary. This is the one you did with your first time on Filmora, right? Was it Filmora? I believe it was. Yeah,
This
I
is
think
with
that's
the
what
Air
he said.
2S, isn't it?
Yes, I think so. Did I miss somebody? No, Gary's in there. Okay. 4 states aerial. I gotta get. Pack a ton of stuff.
You said the sound's okay. It's YouTube library.
Gary says YouTube is YouTube library and music if you want to go ahead and play
Oh,
the sound.
thank you, goodness. It's tough watching a video with no sound. Usually the sound is what makes the video.
Yeah.
It does. It makes it
Yeah.
more appealing. Better to watch.
I have so many copyright claims on my live streams. I don't care. I don't have any plans of monetizing this crap. Snow. Ugh.
Looks like it's finally melting for him up there.
Lon is always picking on Gary when it comes to the app.
Yeah, place it here. I know that gets frustrating when you can't get the altitude you need.
Yep. Nice shots.
I like the way you can see the drone underwater. Nice.
Yeah, it looks cool, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That does look cool. Good
Hey,
stuff,
Matty,
mate.
I threw a link up real quick. It's a short one, but
You got it.
it's right up your alley.
Yeah. All right, let me see if I missed somebody. I don't think
And
I
you
did.
can
I think I
play-
got
I
everyone.
own the copyright. I own the music, so.
Okay. Let me do 4 states real quick.
If it is music and it's not YouTube library, don't play it, man.
You got it. This is 4 states area.
Oh yeah, he's in San Antonio, Texas. Yellow
Yeah,
Drone.
that's what I thought. He's in Texas. 4 states aerial. It's a cool looking building. 1913.
Yo, Foster Aerial Photography. He makes some great freaking videos, man.
Yeah, man.
I'll be watching his videos a lot. He makes some great freaking videos.
Dude, I don't know how you guys have the patience for editing. I can't do that shit. Oh, goodness. I can't do it.
Why?
World War II. I don't have the patience for it.
Well, Mark is going to give a whole thing on editing.
Yeah, I told him I was looking forward to that. If I can.
My issue right now is I don't have a machine to edit on. The machine I'm in front of right now is not powerful enough. Still waiting to get some of my furniture and technology from New York.
I got a question for you guys. How do you keep GPS flying interesting? Like it's, you know, for me, I know I fly because I work and I get paid for it. But yeah, it's locations. But what if you've been kind of all of them?
It gets stale quick. I know what you're talking about.
And that's why I jumped in FPV because it was
that was the same problem I ended up with. Is I started on camera drones and I used to enjoy the hell out of flying them, and then when I started flying FPV 10 months ago, it was like, what was I missing?
Yeah, you know what? I've been a photographer for 40 years. That's been my side gig, and you know, you could say the same thing about photography. Hey, I've shot those flowers, you know, over and over again. It gets boring. But it's point of view, right? You can find unique points of view, and I agree with you, Al. Things can get stale real quick, especially if you go to the same place each and every time, and you know, there's nothing new to fly there. And that's why I adventure wherever I can. I mean, you know. And plus, different times of day, the same location can look completely different.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Different times of day. So, you know, it's not easy, but it's, you know, what are you going out there for? If you're going out there for a little bit of stress relief.
I guess it would be different if you were if you were traveling, kind of like what you do, Tom, when you travel, it's always a different perspective from the camera view. Like me, I'm not a traveler, so I see the same shit every day. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it kind of, I don't know.
Matty, that was happening. You'll laugh about it, but it was happening back in New York. I mean, the whole group of us on Five Borough and those guys and Line of Sight, we complain about the same things over and over again. Oh, we're going to fly there again. Oh, not there again. You know, so
yeah.
You live and learn where the unique spots are, and that was the whole thing, is finding.
Now, Tom, this is with the DJI FPV, right?
That was the DJI FPV, yeah.
Okay.
Nice. Are you flying that in acro? Are you flying it in manual mode?
No, that's with the motion controller in high roll sport.
Oh, nice.
Okay, let me tell you. You want to talk about relaxing? The motion controller in high roll sport is a freaking blast.
Imagine it's got to be.
It's a blast, man.
See, a lot of people, some people have an issue with it, but I've done it with the motion control as well. Tom, here in my backyard, and that motion thing is really responsive, like to the touch. Like it really.
You gotta be careful in the backyard. It might be difficult. Yeah, I'm flying in areas like this, what you're seeing on the screen right now. So large, wide open areas, and I love the motion controller. I mean, you know, I'm the guy leaning against the lamppost with one hand in his pocket and the other hand on the motion controller. I find it very relaxing. You know, it's like going from an RC to the motion controller. And I wish you could fly the motion controller in acro, but I don't think your wrist could handle it. But I think the difference is it's like flying a Cessna 172 and then jumping into a fighter jet. I really feel that's the difference between using an RC and the motion controller. But then again, I was an early adopter of that FT Aviator stick that astronaut doctor made. Unfortunately, it didn't live up to its hype.
No, it was a cool idea.
Yeah.
And hey, Marty, let that be the last video, buddy. We're gonna go and call it a night, man. I'm gonna go down lay down, buddy, and relax, man.
Oh, those pills.
So go ahead and let the video play, bro. Go ahead and let it play.
This is Colorado when Ken was up in Colorado.
Is this place the Hurricane?
Beautiful.
Yes, it is.
Dude, did you see the video where he was in Jacksonville, I believe, with Dennis Lovelady, and there was a
the
building that
implosion.
got blown the hell up?
Yep, the building implosion. Yeah.
Yep. As a matter of fact, I used to live about 3
Lon,
miles
very
away from that
insightful,
place.
Lon. Thank you.
Yeah. You saw that?
Hey, but Lon, the same is true for us when we buy drones, right? You can have the hottest chick on your arm. You walk down the block, another hot chick walks by, and you fucking turn your head, don't you?
Absolutely. It's just a natural motion, man. It's just a natural thing. Nothing you can do about that. We'll
That's
die
nice.
with that issue. Yeah, that is a nice area.
Yes, it is. Beautiful.
Nice mountains.
I don't think it's about imagination, Lon. I just I tell myself if I'm not getting paid, why am I flying? That's what I tell myself. And it could be
That's
imagination, I don't know.
because
It could be burnt.
because it's become something else to you now.
My
right?
adrenaline
Well,
is just flying in general.
Well, if you think about it, Aldia, that's the same thing that Dre said. If he's not making any money, he's not going to buy any drone if he's not going to make him any money.
Yeah.
So why
True.
buy it?
Yeah. Well.
So, guys, thank you so much for a great show. Dre, Aldia, Tom, Maddie, Drones World, everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for the love and support.
enough,
Great show. We actually covered every topic. Aldia, when you said we weren't even going to do it, sir. You didn't have faith in me, but we did it.
We went over the time though. It's 26 minutes.
Okay, whatever.
Over.
That's it. That's different. No whining.
Always a report card, Adrian.
All right, guys. Well, that's pretty much it, man. Again, thank you for the love and support, everybody in the chat, everybody in the panel. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys later on the next one.
You
Take
got
care,
it.
folks.
Night.
Have a good
Night,
one.
guys.
Thanks,
Take
Adrian.
care,
Later,
guys.
fellas.
All right.
Everyone, have a good one, guys.
Take care.